Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Writer's Ring. This is week 2 for our Raw and SmackDown. Hopefully, we can get more than just a 2 going. I'm always your host and co-owner, co-founder of the Ryan Cross Project, Travis Schaefer. And, of course, with me today is I have Ryan Payne, Mr. Payne over there. And he fantasy booked with me last week, and hopefully we can continue this to get this wagon train moving, if it will. So, Ryan, how's been your week so far?
Week. To be honest, it's kind of surprising. I'm surprised how 2 days went by for me because it felt to me just like it was just as Wednesday. We're getting this isolation, and now it's Saturday. So,
yeah. Well, we got plenty of time to book, so let's get to it, shall we?
Without a doubt.
All right. So, for all the folks at home, why don't we do a quick recap of our first Raw, because we always start with Raw, because timeline-wise, that's what we start with.
Yes.
All right? So let's do a quick recap.
All right, everybody. Our quick recap from Monday Night Raw. After WrestleMania, the show opened up with Edge, who talks about his WrestleMania win against Randy Orton. During his promo, he is interrupted by EC3, who has declared he is sick and tired of being overlooked and underutilized in the company, and the best way he was going to do that is to go after somebody higher up, this case being Edge, and it ended with EC3 knocking out Edge with a microphone. Then the following segment, we had Charlotte Flair coming out, talking about her match against Rhea Ripley, the match she lost, saying that her being a Flair means that she should already be high in the spotlight. She should already have the admiration and the respect of everyone in the locker room that her dad had. But during that, we had a returning Nia Jax, who decides that you want to talk about this. And they get into a scuffle, which leads into a match in which Nia Jax squashes Charlotte within 2-3 minutes, showing not only declaring Nia Jax's return, but also showing that she's back as the dominant force that she was booked to be. And then we move on further with the Viking Raiders going up against the book team of Mojo Rawley and Eric Rowan, which this was meant for the Raiders to get their win back after losing to the OC at WrestleMania. And then further on for our mid-segment, we had Drew McIntyre talking about his championship victory, slaying the beast Brock Lesnar in an intense, hellacious match. But he gets interrupted by Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal talks about how both of them have dragged themselves up from the lower bottom feed of the card to becoming top champions, believing that he and McIntyre are both on the same level. Drew disagrees because, let's say with Drew, his road wasn't much longer compared to Jinder's. And since Drew came back, where has Jinder been? Nowhere. Which prompts Jinder to take a punch at Drew, but Drew counters with the Glasgow Kiss, leading into his Claymore. That ends that segment.
Yes, and I still remember what we said on commentary. That was funny. It's like, how dare he attacking unarmed man? It's like, King, he tried attacking with the mic. Well, when the mic was taken away, he was unarmed.
Yes.
I love that.
We'll check a note here. Yeah, we really didn't put this down right. Wait, is it in here? We did have splayed out through a segment of R-Truth looking for who was ever in charge of the 24/7 title. He ends up bumping into No Way Jose, in which R-Truth is talking about, I'm sick and tired of not being, not like EC3's angry rant, but more of like R-Truth being this comedic stuff to where, aren't you tired of the party keep going? Don't you actually want to take the party outside? To where No Way's like, yeah, I want to do something. I want to utilize myself, which teases a tag team between the two of them, which leads them to be interrupted by, that's further down here, but that was just a small mini backstage session between the two, which has them both running off after whoever is the 24/7 champ. That being said, we went into our women's segment, which was, we both agreed Becky Lynch is still champion.
Right.
Becky comes out, and just like McIntyre, she talks about her win at WrestleMania, but also of the trailblazing run that she has had since WrestleMania 35. She's talked about how from 2018, she was going to be nothing but overlooked. She was going to be once again passed over for someone better, which prompted her to become the man, which prompted her to become the baddest woman on the planet, which prompted her to become the bitch who runs Raw. But during that time, she's interrupted by Shayna, in which Shayna tells her that, yes, you did come out on top of our match, but there's one thing you're kind of missing. Just like with Ronda, you had to pin me to beat me. From what I remember in your matches, you had to submit your opponents to beat them, and you didn't do that to me, teasing a future rematch between Shayna and Becky. And while Shayna is making her way down the ramp and she hits the bottom of it, prompting almost like she's going to go in there and show Becky why Shayna is a tough competitor, we hear the music of the now called up Bianca Belair from NXT.
Who also, I don't know if you made a note of this, but also who had a great showing against Tamina or Natalya that same night. I don't know if you brought that up or not. I might not have been paying attention.
Don't think I did bring that. No, actually, we're going to push that until later for our closing segment.
This was the closing segment. This is where we ended Raw.
No. Remember we talked about Becky doing a bit of a speech? Because we did a different closing segment.
Sorry, my bad.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I have it after the AOP and Street Profits match.
Oh, right. My bad.
Yeah. But yeah, Belair comes out. She talks and is saying that she ran rampant through NXT. She was able to do the same thing Shayna did. And of course, Shayna retorts, but you didn't become the champ there. And Bianca goes, the greatest superstars in this company never held belts. Now, I might be on the same level as them, but the difference is that I'm going to become champion much faster than they did, to where she's going to prove her dominance by calling out anyone for a match. And who responds? Natalya. Natalya talks about how she was not used, how she missed her opportunity at WrestleMania being thrown in the Battle Royal, and since in past WrestleMania, a new star for everyone, she's going to challenge Belair, which happens later in the night. Mm-hmm. Switch to the Monday Night Messiah segment. After the commentators do a WrestleMania highlight.
Yes.
The Monday Night Messiah comes out and talks about, even though they didn't get back their titles from the Street Profits, they are still a cohesive unit. They are still dominant, because no matter what, Seth, as our leader, refuses to accept failure, or at least to learn from failure. To which the Street Profits interrupt. They do some back talk as if they beat the Monday Night Messiah and AOP, but AOP, Akam or Razor interrupts and says, "You pinned Murphy. You didn't beat us." To which Seth goes, "Interesting." And even though Murphy gives a bit of a glance, like, "I'm sorry, what?" And then Seth goes, "No, Murphy, that's okay. We had our time in the sun. I think it's time for Brother Akam and Brother Razor to prove why they're not only they're not only believers of the Monday Night Messiah, but they are also the reason why they enjoy violence, why they delight in violence." To which the Street Profits go, "It doesn't matter who we're going to face, AOP, Murphy and Razor, Akam and Seth and the Holy Ghost. All that matters at the end, the Street Profits are going to come out on top because we won't smoke." Won't smoke. I didn't note down the promo. All I just have down is promo, and I'm making this up. But it's still fun.
That's fine.
And then another backstage segment, Sarah Logan talks about how she came so close to winning the Women's Battle Royal. But unfortunately, Liv and Ruby Riott end up getting into a fight, and they collide into Sarah. And Sarah finally, she puts her foot in the sand. She puts her foot down. She's like, "I'm sick and tired of trying to make peace between you two. I'm sick and tired of trying to push Ruby. I'm just sick and tired of everything," which leads to a triple threat match between Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan. The Riott Squad Civil War, as we should say, or the Riott Squad Collision, which is finally happening. And through a tough, good 8 to 10 minute match, Liv, Sarah knocks out Liv with one of her running knees, but then Ruby, as the veteran and as the leader of the Riott Squad she was, not only knocks out Sarah, but she takes the pin on Liv to get the 1, 2, 3. Ruby Riott wins the match, which, as a heel for Ruby, should give her a boo, because this match was meant to function was meant to put Sarah up. It was meant to elevate Sarah Logan, because with Sarah, she was always been used as an enhancement talent. This was meant to show why she was great on the independent scene as Crazy Mary. So, and also why she was also underutilized a little bit in NXT. But with that, like with those coming to the end of the second hour, well, actually, second hour is over. So starting the third hour, AJ Styles. Yeah, AJ comes out, talks about pretty much how even though the OC came out on top, AJ was shorthanded. Oh, wait, did we say he beat The Undertaker or did he lose?
No, he lost. He lost The Undertaker.
Yes, even though the OC came out on top in the teams division, he, on the other hand, failed to capitalize on that momentum by losing to The Undertaker. And he's very disheveled. He's angry. He wants to blame people for it. But guess who interrupts him? El Enigo! Enigo, I forget the
Enigo, I think.
Enigo. Oh, wait, what?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone's going to get me.
Before he butchers the language anymore.
Yeah, but Andrade interrupts him. And Zelina talks about how even though Andrade did not have didn't have the big match as AJ did, but Andrade still walked away with the W as the U.S. title, as the U.S. champion. AJ realizing that, since I had my eyes focused on that belt, so he straight up challenged Andrade to a title match, and we get one. Unfortunately, Andrade wins after a quick roll up. Not one of his hammerlock DDTs, not his double knees, but it's more of AJ tries to go for a phenomenal forearm. Andrade
Styles Clash is what it was. Styles Clash, because what happened was Andrade was set up for a Styles Clash, but AJ couldn't get his leg over his other arm. So what happened was Andrade flipped him over and pinned him. That's how that final.
That's correct. Yeah, that's right. But after the win, AJ Styles is frustrated. He freaks out. But the OC, the Good Brothers, they try to come out and tell AJ, "Hey, look, man, don't worry. You are still the captain. You're still the champ that runs the camp. You're still the face that runs the place." But AJ's not having it. And then once again, after Carl Anderson tries to console him, he decks Carl Anderson. Jesus Christ.
Dex Carl Anderson. Pele kicks Luke Gallows. And then he gives fucking Anderson as he's starting to get up a fucking phenomenal forearm and just like bails. He's like, I'm done with this shit.
Yes. Yeah, walks out. And then once again, we get another highlight package. But I have a little note in between. After the highlight package, it's an interview with Natalya because, her match is going to happen later on. But Natalya's just, once again, saying the same thing as she did. I did not main event WrestleMania. I did not even get a singles match. I was in a battle royal. She's sick and tired. Throughout, I've been the constant. She's been a constant in WWE since the Divas division, since the Evolution. She's been there. She has beaten all of the mainstays, the figureheads of the women's division. She has trained Ronda Rousey, and the fact that she's not getting much respect from the new blood or even from her old friend Becky and Shayna Baszler is disrespect. So she's going to go and show Bianca why not only she's the constant of the women's division, but why she is best there is, best there was, and best there ever will be. Capitalizing on that part's meant to be cringy. It's meant to be cringy.
And but she still gets the jobber entrance, though, right?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, good. That's fine.
And then we have, after that interview, we get AOP and Street Profits. And through a good back and forth, Montez Ford tries to do his frog splash, misses. But when Dawkins tries to spear Akam holds him down, picks him up, and then Razor picks up Montez Ford to where they do their super collider from the turnbuckle, and they both get the win.
Yes.
With Seth Rollins and Murphy on commentary. Pretty much Seth Rollins going, he's doing his whole Messiah thing. It's like, I believe in Razor, brother. I am your Monday Night Messiah. I am your leader because a leader trusts his generals. A leader trusts his followers. A leader is not going to coddle them like AJ did with the OC. He's not going to call them like Zelina does with Andrade. I'm not going to call them like every man. Like he's trying to set himself at that high tier. And then the fight happens. And then finally, our main event, Natalia versus Bianca Belair. And Bianca wins with her KOD, but she also whips Natalia like 3 or 4 times with her hair. And then afterward, Bianca heads to the back. But while she's heading to the back, she bumps into Nia Jax, who's having her own backstage segment. And then Nia and Bianca brawl. They bump into Shayna, and then it leads to a 3-woman brawl.
That's not how that went.
Really?
That's not how that went. Like, no. After her match, Charlie Caruso caught up with Nia Jax, and she was like, Nia. It's like, what's your
right.
Yeah. She was having an interview. Then Shayna kind of cuts in with Nia Jax, and Carly just does that Simpson thing. She just fades into the hedges.
Okay, I'm just crossing out the Bianca part because Nia. Because after that, they brawl. Shayna grabs the mic, heads to the ring, and it leads to a confrontation. Shayna says, and then Shayna just goes off in a tangent. Like, no matter what happens, even though I didn't win WrestleMania, I'm still gonna end 2020 as the Raw Women's Champion. Which of course prompts Becky to come out, and then those two get into a brawl. Then Bianca comes out, and they brawl, and it ends with 3 of them in different spots staring at each other. Is that correct?
Yeah, close enough. Though it just wasn't a brawl. It was just Shayna was in the. Well, actually, yeah. Shayna was in the ring. Friggin' Becky was on the rampway, and then on the top of the stage was Bianca, and they just kind of stared like a Mexican standoff kind of thing, and then just
okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just look at the highlights.
No worries.
I'm just looking at SmackDown and Raw's highlights. They always like to end things in a stare off.
Yeah, that's fine.
After a brawl. Okay. With that being said, we're all being done. Week 1 of Raw. We moved to SmackDown. If I remember correctly in our notes.
Well, we don't go over the review of SmackDown until we hit SmackDown. So we're just going to start booking off from here. Okay. So,
now we're in
how do we do this? Why don't we start with a gender promo? Talking about, it's like, I really, again, the whole pyro or whatever comes off, like, welcome to Monday Night Raw, blah, 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 Michael Cole's spiel.
Big Joseph, King, and Byron Saxton,
Yeah, whatever. They, it's like first person comes out the curtain, gender. He comes out, he's like, I merely wanted to congratulate my former 3MB member, Drew McIntyre, and he had the audacity to hit me, to give me a headbutt, and to give me a Claymore kick to the face. You see, I would love for just all of the, I would imagine the crowd at this point just going to pops for that because it's just, it's funny. Well, he may be from Scotland, but he's no real man, whatever. He basically runs him down.
Yeah. He can also pick apart his WrestleMania match and going like, if I had gotten my shot against Brock Lesnar, I wouldn't have need 3 Claymore kicks to beat him. It would have just taken 1 Colossus, showing.
Yeah. And it's like another thing. It's like then you would just see Drew on the Titantron. It's like, no, it would have one of those. The thing I'm thinking of is like what they did for Cena one time, where it's like they have this kind of set where it looks like he's at home or whatever, and it even has via satellite on the bottom thing.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes, I may be resting at home I'm not trying to do the accent. It just happens. It happens.
That's all right.
I may be resting at home from the battle I had with Lesnar. But man, my hand really hurts from kicking your ass yesterday. It's the worst pain. But since I'm home, I think I see some garbage needs to be taken out. And then it's like, then you just reveal it's a set. The via satellite thing disappears. The whole set was like, and since I'm home, I think there's some trash that needs to be taken. And just goes right down, like through the crowd, jumps over the barricade.
Okay.
Mahal's like wondering where the hell he's at. Friggin' Drew slides in behind him. All he hears is 3, 2, 1. He turns around, Claymore kick, just done. Just a simple 5-minute promo and just jump down. I'm not good at the opening promos like that.
I'm not good with opening as well. I mean,
I figured that would be a good spot though.
I think that could work. Yeah, because it would constantly be out this tease between Mahal and McIntyre. But at the same time, maybe Mahal can have a match later in the program. Like maybe you can talk about one of
scratch the opening promo. It would not be an opening promo. It would be a match with Jinder and let's say local enhancement talent, like 2 people.
Maybe. Let's see who we could use though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's a few candidates we can use. We can give him Cedric Alexander, Eric Young, or let's see. Oh, maybe No Way Jose or R-Truth. Riddick Moss, and he's 24/7 champ. Oh, we could have a return. We could maybe use Rusev. He has not been seen in a while.
We don't know if he's still on contract though.
Okay, I see Shelton Benjamin. He's definitely part of the Raw roster. Do you want to use him? Well, I mean, like I said, if you want to use enhancement talent, that's fine.
If we're trying to show him as like this like monster who can like manhandle people, not monster, but like this big dude. I would see like an Eric Young and someone who's definitely diminutive in stature. So that way, when later on in the match, we can try to kind of show the opposite of that towards like McIntyre at like the main event of the night. McIntyre doesn't have to like fight like one of the little guys. He can take someone like a Shelton Benjamin who's like almost like not pound for pound the same as the guy as he is, but he's still up there like the opposite of
like. I understand what you mean, like stature wise, yeah, because even though McIntyre's definitely over like 6'4", it doesn't mean he's like looking down on any other wrestlers.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like but compare like Eric Young to Shelton Benjamin, that they're like not same height, not same weight class or anything. They're just kind of there.
Well, their physique is completely different from each other. Yeah,
exactly. So Jinder Mahal faces Eric Young, beats him within like I don't know a good 5-minute match.
Yeah,
he's basically just toying with Eric Young. Eric Young gets a couple shots in. That's when Mahal wakes up and goes, "Okay, Colossus done 1, 2, 3." Because all Eric does is just like he gets a couple good shots in at like his midsection. He's laughing those off, and Eric Young, and just out of pure frustration, just slaps him.
How about this little funny bonus? Let's say Mahal wants to put this image of him being a tough guy, but every time Eric hits him, we can have like some comedic moments, like when he puts him down, turn away from the camera, and he can just go, "Oh God!" And then he turns around and just goes, "Ah!" Like it didn't faze him.
I mean, we could, but that's seriously undercutting Jinder if we want him to be a contender.
Well, Jinder is a contender. I just
don't want to be a movie like that. I mean, I would see something like that out of like R-Truth. For R-Truth to be like the guy who takes a punch in the midsection, goes, "Yeah, I got nothing," turns around, like he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Turns around, he looks at Jose and goes, "Me." That's the way I would see that going.
Yeah, I do see that. I just with the whole thing with Jinder, I don't want us to go dangerously close to how he was booked on SmackDown as champ.
Oh, neither do I. It's like that's what I said. It's like he would be like this asshole heel who takes on people that are smaller than him because he thinks he's this big dude until he gets put up in a real match against like Sheamus, gets his clock cleaned. Okay. Now that would be his hubris. So it's like he's not going to be undefeated, but he's going to be undefeated against smaller dudes until he gets like again someone like Sheamus or Shelton Benjamin will just like take him out no problem. That's where he is, and he has to kind of work around that.
All right, we can go with that angle. Yeah, definitely. Because we can have an opening match with Jinder, but also before that, you can do like a quick promo and just go that I'm better than you, and I'll beat him much faster than you beat Brock Lesnar, and then
I was actually going to say that would be at the end of the match. It's like, see, this is why I'm better than you. It did not take me as long as it took you to beat Brock Lesnar. Then just kind of like again bragging about not an equal victory.
Yeah, I'll work that in. All right, so for our opening match,
Jinder versus Eric Young,
Jinder versus Eric Young. Wins with the Colossus, okay.
gives promo and basically bragging about his win against someone smaller. Let's see. After that, next segment, Alexa Bliss is on SmackDown, yeah?
Yes, Alexa's on SmackDown.
So, yeah, I was thinking a moment of bliss. I'm like, no, that's SmackDown's thing.
Yeah. Well, that's why I figured that's why I want to do this whole thing within Raw. We make an announcement regarding we at least do something regarding the women's tag division.
Right.
I look at the roster. You know who is on Raw? The Iconics.
Yo.
I'm looking at the Raw roster. I'm seeing Billy Kay, and moving further down, I'm seeing Payton Royce. They are both on Raw.
Yeah, I forgot about them.
They have not been used, and I love them as a comedy team. They are good wrestlers. The problem is just they're more accentuated for their character when they got on the here.
Okay, let's see here. But let's see. Would you say another match or a segment after?
Yeah, we can do another match. We can do like what Raw's been doing. We can do what WWE's doing. Like they can do they can interview a wrestler that leads into their match, or we can just do the match in general.
Okay, so we want to keep building up EC3, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't we have EC3 get interviewed at like Gorilla about his next match, which will be against No Way Jose.
All right. Yeah,
and then he can be asked by Charlie, whoever's backstage, I guess. He can be asked why did you attack Edge last week? It's like Edge had his moment in the sun. I have been waiting for mine. I've been asking. I've been pleading. I've been begging. So I finally decided, like I said last week, I'm not waiting. I'm not begging. I'm not pleading. I'm taking. And I took it. And they go, do you think there are any repercussions against from Edge for what you did? You not tarnished. You ruined his celebration.
Yeah.
He's an old man. And around here, old men get put down. And if I'm the one to do it, I'm the one to do it. It's fine by me. He goes out and does nothing. Excuse me, I have a match to go and destroy. So
then he comes out, all right?
And then Jose comes out and it's the whole thing. Then their match happens.
All right. Yeah, and of course we're going to do the whole No Way Jose with the with the train with the what is it? The Congo line. Yes.
Yeah, yes. But it's like Jose starts it and it's like person. It's like the last two people. One of them, no, it's like they think that's the end of the line. But then you just see R-Truth with his hands out, like on someone, like a small person's shoulders. He's on the conga line. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why don't you on the conga line? I am. Little Jimmy's here. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Bring back Jimmy.
It's like, I'm here with little Jimmy. He goes, oh no. Oh, that's again.
Conga line, Truth.
Little Jimmy and Truth, yeah.
Or maybe there's like somebody of a 5. Maybe there's a guy like in a 5, maybe 5'1", and an extra, and he just points him and like, it's little Jimmy, and he just goes, no, that's Daniel. That's not little Jimmy. Or no, that's Jonathan, not little Jimmy. Are you sure? And then while they're talking, EC3, sick of waiting, attacks.
No, not attacks. So like what's happening on the outside. So he'll lean over, pull Jose up by his hair, suplex him into the ring, and just start beating the crap out of him. And then they'll break, and then the bell will ring, and then he'll go back to beating the crap out of him again.
Yeah. All right, we could work with that.
So it's like what's his finisher?
I forget. It's called the 1%er, I believe. Yeah, it's I believe it's a driver into a Facebook, into a crush. Kind of like with the RKO, like he holds him on the shoulder, but then he flips him. A TKO.
Okay, so it's like an F5, except instead of it going next to him, it goes behind him into like a cutter.
Yes, that's what it is.
Okay, that's fine.
Or step of a Death Valley driver, like how John Cena does his AA, but instead, he flips him over.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, he'll hit that within like 2 minutes on No Way, and then R-Truth just jumps in there and it's like, what's going on? What are you doing, man? It's like that's uncalled for. He wasn't ready. Then it's like, do you want to go? It's like, he just basically beats the crap out of Truth, and it's like, you know what? I'll take you on too. Ring the bell. Then scratch that, reverse it. That's like, so impromptu match of R-Truth and after that, and then they have a good 5-minute match because Truth is a bit of a veteran. Not a bit of a, he is a veteran. So he'll like be able to
make it entertaining. Yeah. Like, yeah, he'll do his little ducks, his little splits, and his little dance.
Yeah. It's like
EC3 as an asshole, he'll almost try to do like he's gonna outdance him, but then R-Truth turns his back, he just knocks him down. Because I knew in NXT when he fought a match, he would always, when he had his rivalry with Velveteen Dream, they always tried to outclass each other.
But it's like when R-Truth knocks him down, he kicks back up and just decks him with a forearm, sending Truth down. Then picks him up, puts him into like another 1%, calls it a match. Just a quick, like he's not messing around anymore. He after. It's not like how he was with Dean Ambrose. If anything, it's like that experience kind of made him worse because now Dean's gone and he's just pissed.
Yeah.
And he's been excluded from almost everything. It's like the last time I was on TV, kind of like going back to last week. It's like, the last time I was on TV was we had that damn party and I was sitting there with a red Solo cup just drinking. That was it. No, have that still shot, like a still shot of that scene. It's like, that was the last time I was on TV before last week. That is nonsense. And I'm not chasing that damn 24/7 title anymore. So whoever's going to have the U.S. title, whether it's Andrade or anyone else, that's mine. Making it clear like that's what he's shooting for right now. And he just throws the mic down and walks out. But as he walks out, we hear Edge's theme. You think you know me? And it just he starts freaking out. Not freaking out. He's like, okay. He's facing the ramp. Like, okay, let's go. Edge comes out from the crowd, spins him around, decks him, and they start beating the crap out of him. And Edge leaves EC3 laying on the ground. And then Edge walks up. It's like, that's what happens. You attack me? That's what happens, So that's how that works, I guess.
All right. I actually like that. Yeah, it helps that definitely helps take a good 20.
That eats up some time.
Yeah, it definitely eats up time.
Also, before you had Edge attack him, it made EC3 look a bit strong because he beat 2 people within like what?
Yeah, because he does the 2 people. He fought 2 opponents, so and at the same time it plays as an excuse as to why Edge was able to get the jump on him.
Exactly. So, like I said, it keeps him strong, which is good.
All right. Post match.
Let's see. After this, we would hear from the commentators that Stephanie McMahon has a special announcement later on in the night. This will be like the beginning of hour 3. Kind of hyping up, like, what, it concerns the women's division, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but at the same time, they'll also say, let's say after WrestleMania, Bliss and Cross came up short against Kabuki Warriors, so they're getting another opportunity at the Kabuki Warriors in a tag match, and it can be before the announcements, like in the second hour.
Yeah, if anything, I would save the women's tag title match for the main event. Or do we have the main event spoken for already?
To be honest, seeing Stephanie McMahon's character, she always wants to be from everything that's happened with the women's division, like with the reintroduction, like with Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky's call-up, Stephanie was at the center of that. She put herself at the center of the Women's Evolution pay-per-view, of the Women's Evolution, of the Women's Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
So it does seem to me, with the fit within Stephanie's character, her announcement would come after the tag match.
Okay, so tag match, and then we get Drew McIntyre in the main event then.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last
Well, maybe
hour and a half.
what we can do with Drew McIntyre, since we already have Ginger, he's trying to set himself as a contender. Let's say he's going backstage and he's being interviewed by Charlie, and then he hears like a clap of the hands, and
like
yes, and who appears in front of him? I would say Samoa Joe.
Oh no, I wouldn't say Samoa Joe. I actually have a way to work with that.
Okay.
It would be Drew McIntyre going, way to go. You beat a man half your size. Way to go. If you were really a contender, you would take on anybody that's either bigger or better than you. Just like I would tonight. Then you see Samoa Joe walk in the frame. Really? Does that include me? Yes, it does. See you in the ring later tonight? Most definitely. And then he goes like, see, that's why I'm better than you. That's why I'm the champ. And he walks off the other way. So we see why. Because he laid out, because McIntyre's like, listen, you beat a man half your size. Good fucking job. I'll take on anybody. That's when Samoa Joe walks up, picks up the challenge, says, yeah, all right, let's do it tonight. So that'll be the first. No, that'll be the main event tonight.
Yeah, that will be the main event after.
Yeah, that would be the main event.
Okay.
And then so there was that interview segment.
You know what? Hold on. Following that, I kind of want to do another backstage to where camera cuts from that, and we see both No Way Jose and R-Truth walking backstage just a little beat up. And then how about they have a conversation between each other to where Jose, he's trying to be more serious. He just goes, look, man, I appreciate you willing to have my back after what happened at E3. Even though we both came up short, I think me and you, yeah, we can do something. I mean, look what's happening right now. I mean, truth, if you want to keep going after that 24/7 title, then that's on you, man. But how about we both try to get gold together? And then Truth goes, we can't be 24/7 code. We can't be 24/7, 7-Eleven, 395, all interstate I-9 co-champions. And then Jose goes, no. I mean, you and me as a tag team. And we both go after the street. I'm doing a terrible Dominican accent, but we're both going after the Street Profits for the Raw tag team titles.
Oh, that's great.
And then Truth, through his wackiness, he goes, so not only will we be 24/7, 48/12, 7-Eleven, Interstate I-905 co-24/7 champions, but we'd also be the Raw tag team champions.
At this point, Jose would just be like, yes, we would. just letting it just
going like, yeah, we'll work with that.
Yeah.
And then
it's like facepalm like, yes, we would. He's not, it's like because Jose is like, he's not getting this, but he's getting some of it. I'll take that as a win for right now. We'll work on the rest later. But yeah. Do we do the name thing now or do it next week?
Next time, yeah.
Okay,
but hold on. I just need to get down quick what we just had. Backstage interview with McIntyre. McIntyre, he mocks Jinder for his match, but prompts to match with Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Oh, this is great.
Samoa Joe.
Awesome. But yeah, if you have any, while Ryan's writing that down, if you have any ideas, please feel free to drop them in either comments or the live chat right here, and I'll bring up your suggestions. We'll see what we can do. If you have any comments, questions, ideas, throw them in there. We'll go over them at the end of the stream. We'll see what we got.
Okay.
Yeah. What do we do after this? After this, we would have. Let's see.
Okay. I think we do need to at least get a women's match in before we have a women's tag match. So
Okay.
Let's see. Maybe we can have a. Oh, go ahead.
You want to have another Bianca Belair match, kind of showcase her, and then next match would be a.
You know what? I wouldn't mind Bianca Belair, but how about? But wait. I don't think I tell you. Wait, I'm forgetting now. Oh, yes, she is. Sorry. Wow. Okay. Oh, I just had this perfect idea with Bianca Belair that let's say Bianca Belair, she comes out, she does a call out. Like after what happened with Natalia, she shows she is the eest. Like I'm the best, I'm the strongest, I'm the fastest, and she wants to call out Becky. You know, she's like, I want to call you out, but then she gets in. But go ahead.
I think we're leading to the same thing, so I'll let you go first. We'll see what we'll see.
Okay, with my thing is like Bianca, she wants to do this thing. She wants to call out Becky. You know, like she wants to prove why she's better than Shayna. Yeah. And while Bianca's sitting, all of a sudden, we hear, and please hold on, this might disappoint you, but we hear Lana's music. And of course, Lana gets that cheer boos, and Lana goes, you shouldn't be talking about Becky. You should be talking about the hottest thing here in the Raw women's division. You should be talking about the hottest thing in all of WWE women's. Like, and of course, the crowd is booing her because they're still with the whole Rusev chance. And let's say she comes out accompanied with Bobby Lashley, you know, and she just goes,
with that.
What?
That is not where I was going with that.
No, trust me. I will hear your idea, but I'm just trying to go with. We want to get Bianca at the same time. I still want to keep Becky off Raw for this week.
Yeah, I don't know. That's fine.
And I still want to give Bianca a dominating performance. So how about it be over Lana? Like Lana comes out, she's already like, she got her ring gear on and everything. She just goes, I'm also going to make 2020 the year of Lana. Like 2020 will be the year of Lana. And she tries to do that screaming thing again where everyone tries to boo her again. Like, boo, boo. She gets in the ring. And with Bobby Lashley like following behind Sue, she just goes to Bobby and she's like, no, Bobby, I'll take care of this. Like, you know, Bobby just goes, like, he gets a look at him, he's like, are you sure? You sure you got this? And then Lana just steps in, yes, I got this. And she goes, Bianca, if you want an opponent, I'm your opponent. And of course, Bianca being cocky, knowing that she's gonna win. And then, you know, it's just like, you know what? I think I can do for a good 5-minute workout. And then 5-minute warm-up workout. She starts calling, she brings down a ref. And when the ref comes down, Bobby, before the ref rings the bell, Bobby's kind of like, oh, hold on for a second. I want you to make sure you, like, he's trying to distract the ref. So Lana does like a cheap shot on her. Doesn't knock her down, just pushes her back. Like, she does a cheap shot, knocks her back into the turnbuckle. When the ref sees that, he dives in, breaks it up, and then rings the bell. Lana tries to storm again. Bianca spears her. It's back up. And then she just, you know, hands out, just like, what? What now? And then she looks at her side, seeing that ponytail. And like she's just doing a ton and walking around the ring, swinging that ponytail. Just Bobby, oh shit! Like he wants to interrupt. She's like, "No, you're not going to do that." And so Bianca and Bobby get into a back and forth. Lana tries to charge Bianca. Bianca moves out the way, and then Bianca and it's like, "Whoa, oh!" And then before Bianca turns, Lana turns. When Lana turns around, almost knocking the Bobby, we hear right onto Lana. And then Bobby tries to reach out for her. Guess what happens? Bobby gets in hair. And then he jumps off because he hits his arm. He's like, oh my God, that hurts. And then he again. And then finishes over, hits her with the KOD for a quick and clean, dominant, decisive win.
Yes.
That's my pitch.
Okay. So I will run with that. I will run with that. So I'm also going to add on to it, though. Because in the middle of Bianca's music, while she's celebrating, like she's on like one of the corners just doing her like victory thing, we hear Shayna's music with a microphone. she's walking down. That was very impressive. Beating a no-talent blonde bimbo. Good job. So why don't you get out the ring, go sit on the commentary desk, and I'll show you how it's done. Because I will take on any 2 women from this division that's on this show.
Wait, I see where you're going now. Okay.
That's what I thought you were gonna do. And who would have come
I
out?
didn't do that because I actually like them, but go ahead.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do the thing. The Iconics thing comes up on the thing. Everyone, I don't know how they would respond, whether it's cheers, boos, whatever.
I'm pretty sure they have a good following amongst the crowd, especially their line where like the future is iconic.
Right. So they come down. They're like, "We'll face you," whatever. Like less than 8 minutes later, they're done. They're like both. She has them both in like a Boston Crab type deal.
Oh, how about both of them in a double that rear naked choke she does?
I was gonna say like the Boston Crab thing because that looks like it'll hurt them both because I'm not sure how that double rear naked choke thing would work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Maybe you can tease an attempt on that. Maybe in the match you can tease an attempt.
Right. But it's like
yeah. Because Billy and Kate, what they like to do whenever they're in trouble, they just like scream at the top of their lungs. It could be one of those moments they just break away, and then we'll end with that Boston Crab.
Yeah, this can also like set up the diversity of Shayna Baszler's submission tactics. So it's not just the rear naked choke thing she does; it's also the Boston Crab, the single leg, like leg locks, and all this other stuff. You know, like legit things. Because we have the submission match at the end, so we're kind of showcasing her ability to make someone, or in this case Becky, tap. You know, possibly.
Yeah.
So there's that. But she destroys the Iconics. I'm sorry, but it was just—it's true.
Okay. The Iconics really have not been booked well, even when they were champions. So I'm okay with that. So having Shayna just demolish them works. I mean, we can even tease a little bit of their past with Shayna in NXT. It's more of we were already on our way out when you were on your way in, or something like that.
Yeah.
Because one thing Billy and Payton are great at are promo. Despite if they're great or not, they always get the reaction and are so strong in character, they can survive that.
Right. Also, what we could also use this as is the launching point to kind of make them a serious threat in the women's tag division later on down the line.
Yes.
Because it's like we got beaten so bad by one person. A team I can understand. But 2 people, 1 person? Really? So, kind of propel them forward as a better tag team.
But all right, so let me just make sure that we have this down correctly. So you're gonna pretty much my idea of Bianca and Lana is gonna stick, and you're just gonna build off of that with Shayna, pretty much another one-up match, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's also good at taking up time, especially with Lana and the Iconics on promos. That's good because let's say Shayna does show up, then we can have a quick commercial break, and then comes back. Yeah. Shayna's in the ring, and then the commentators can go, well, Shayna's still staying around the ring. She's waiting on 2 opponents. And then we get the Iconic.
So great. That's so
this
great.
will be the Iconics return to Monday Night Raw. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they can do their shtick, and then boom. And the future is Iconic.
So great.
Okay, I'm just going to write that down. Okay, calls out. Okay, so Bianca comes out. Becky.
That's just awesome. But yeah. That's great.
Because right now we have definitely gone past the 1 hour mark. We're definitely like an hour and 20 into the show now.
Yeah. That's why I like giving like a lot of matches because we can like extend those and just kind of have short interviews. Set up
maybe even try using the women's tag match to give them a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say 20, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because to me, honestly, I know Asuka and Kairi can go, and Nikki has experience, but Alexa, unfortunately, she's had unfortunately, she's had many not health issues, but she's had some health scares, like nearly getting injured a couple times.
Yeah.
So it does seem to me that Nikki might take much of the brunt, but still, we're going to try to share it a little bit.
Right. So my thought is after this, we would have like the commentators kind of recap what's going on so far and be like, what a crazy night. We had Jinder Mahal just obliterate. We had like 3 obliterations tonight. Like these are definitely people to look out, kind of like pushing them, not only in the match, but also on commentary. That can kill another 5 minutes, so we're like 25 minutes in. And then it's like, but when we come back, Stephanie McMahon, this is towards like the end of the second hour. Yes. Stephanie McMahon will be here with a a game-changing announcement or whatever for the women's division for both Raw and SmackDown, for all of WWE. Just leave it that ambiguous like that, and then go from there. Cuts to commercial, come back. We got that red carpet in the ring. Stephanie McMahon's on a soapbox kind of deal, like podium. Of course she is. And then all the women from both, like Raw and SmackDown are there. A few faces from NXT, like Candice LeRae.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Trying to think. Okay, after the whole Bianca and Shayna thing, we're just going to jump into Stephanie then?
Right, because like I said, the commentators are going to hype it up because it's like after we come back from commercial, this is what's going to happen. So the commercial break will be where they set up like the ring with the red carpet and all this other stuff. Because she is going to announce the fact that the Kabuki Warriors are going to give Alexa and Nikki a WrestleMania rematch after her little thing at the end of it. So that would lead into that, which hopefully would lead into another quick little promo and then into the main event. And kind of go from there.
Okay. I'm just finishing my little notes on the Bianca and portion.
That's fine. Just looking here. Just checking some stuff on my end here just to be on the safe side. In case I didn't miss anything.
All right. I've just been getting a lot of messages, so it's just kind of okay.
Yeah, no worries, dude. No worries.
All right, commercial break.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Cut back. Come back from commercial. Like I said, the ring has now got that red carpet type thing. The speakers that are like in every corner, or if not every other corner. Stephanie McMahon has those like stage and then podium type deal, where she like take one step, she's on this platform, and then she's got the podium with the WWE logo on it. And then surrounding her is the women from both Raw and SmackDown with a few faces from NXT, like Candice LeRae, Kairi Sane, and a few others that don't come to mind.
Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Tegan Knox, Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir. There's also Casey Catanzaro. We also got.
I said a few faces, not all of them. So
a few faces. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, a few faces.
Yeah, like I said, those names will be there. They will be incorporated into the thing. So it's like a little bit. You see, like Natalia, Tamina, the Iconics with like a blackened eye or whatever, like ice on their jaw. And she goes into her spiel, and then I think you wanted to take it from here about what was going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just responding to mess. I'm gonna mute this afterwards.
No worries. I think you and I are responding to the same thing, aren't we?
What do you mean? No, I'm not. This is a separate message I'm getting. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. We both run it. Well, I run the Tag Division League, and I got a message for Jack of all Trivia, and it's a whole other thing we do on Sundays.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a message from my group talking about like training sessions for trivia or when we could like really trying to see where we can branch ourselves out. All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so
all right, back to Raw.
Back to Raw. We've had our own mini commercial break.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so yeah, the ring's being set up for Stephanie's announcement.
Yeah, during the commercial break, yeah.
Yeah. All right, now let's get on to the announcement. All right, so of course, after the ring being set up, all the women are surrounding the ring. Guess what happens? We hear Stephanie's music, and to be honest, it might be a mixture of cheers and boos because Stephanie plays fast and loose with her character a lot.
Yeah, both of them do.
Yeah.
Because like, it can either be the face that goes, welcome, hello, San Diego, or, whatever.
Yeah. All right. So with Stephanie coming out, her announcements, she, of course, wants to butter the crowd. She goes, thank you all for coming out here. Throughout, ever since the women's revolution started, women had gone from being divas to being wrestlers to now we are seen on we have the same equal footing as the men here. But I still think we can do better. Because just after the women's first Royal Rumble, we have been pushing like through breakneck speeds to be seen as true competitors. With our first pay-per-view, the Women Evolution, to women main eventing not only Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, but also to WrestleMania itself. Just this last year, women not only main evented WrestleMania, but we also main evented Survivor Series. We have made great strides, but now it's time to look at the current state of the women's division. And to be honest, the division looks terrible. And then we get a couple of boos. Now, let me explain by terrible, meaning that we have been focusing on so much. Like Raw and SmackDown have been divided, not just through brand, but also through morality. Women have now chosen their own sides. They have chosen not to focus on what this is all about, and that is women's wrestling. So with that being said, or more spiel. Moving forward, the women's division starting tonight is going to be restructured. And that starts with the women's tag division. Ever since its announcement from last year, we have seen not many defenses of women's tag belts. The tag division for the women should be prestigious because it's the first time in WWE history women are given another platform to show their talent. So with the tag titles moving forward, there is going to be a tournament for the women's tag titles to the finals. For the finals of that tag division will take place at our next pay-per-view, Backlash. Yes, because at Backlash. And the reason why it's going to be held at Backlash is because later tonight, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi, are going to have a WrestleMania rematch against their opponents, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross from SmackDown. And the reason why I have so many SmackDown, Raw, and competitors here, and a few from NXT, is because officially now, stating now, the women's, and this is not hearsay, this is not rumor, this is not just some conjecture, from officially stating, you're hearing it from my mouth. The women's tag belts are going to be defended on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Nice.
Because this is another way women are breaking barriers. This is another way for women to landmark themselves on the WWE. This is how we're going to separate ourselves from the men to show exactly how serious women are. That we want to, acknowledge it. We want to say thank you to everyone. She's going to play to the crowd, the WWE universe. They made this possible, and we want to reward them by not just giving women 1 or 2 matches a night. We want to let them know that this tag team division, this tag belt that you asked for, is going to be defended on all brands, not just Raw and SmackDown. And so whoever is champion can go to Raw, SmackDown, and NXT to defend their titles. They can go to Raw and SmackDown and NXT to even have a match. Not just their respective brands they were drafted on. This way it separates it makes the tag team belts its own unique prize.
Right.
And with that, she goes even further by announcing starting SmackDown. And the tournament is going to kick off on SmackDown. And we'll decide who the teams are going to be, who's the first match and the second match further on. Yeah. But then she finishes off by going that this is the women's revolution, and revolution starts now. And then her music cues.
I wouldn't say starts now. I would say the revolution begins again, or begins.
Okay.
Because that doesn't. Because if she says it begins now, that means what happened before doesn't really count, or at least I would say it moves forward. Tonight, the revolution moves ahead. Takes the next big step.
Okay, yeah. That works much better. Yeah, that works a lot better.
Wording is important to a lot of fans.
No, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I've criticized WWE on that too. Yeah, I'm just coming up with this shit. I get
it. That's why I'm here to help kind of rebuff and rephrase things to where it works a bit better. That's all.
All right.
So it works. But yeah, let's see. Then after that, we would have, again, after, another commercial break, this would go, knowing her, 15 minutes, easy.
Yeah. We can get between 15 and 20.
Yeah. And then after that, it would be what?
Before all the announcers talk about the historic announcement that Stephanie did.
The unprecedented announcement that Stephanie McMahon had made. The history-making moment, because they got to put her over like everyone else. Although she doesn't have to.
They would try to always put Stephanie over every talent.
Yeah.
It's annoying as hell.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, since that's over, let's say we go to a backstage segment with Stephanie McMahon walking towards her limo, and she ends up walking in to our future tag team of Noah, Jose, and R-Truth.
Oh, yeah.
And R-Truth trying to, through his own way, get a tag team match set up for next week on Raw. She's like, Stephanie, I appreciate what you did for the women out there. But what about the men? Huh?
Oh, no.
We ain't going to get our man more opportunity. And then Jose, realizing this is weird and the irritated look Stephanie has, he just goes, wait. What Truth is saying is that we want to become a tag team, and we want to go for the Raw tag team belts, the championships, held by the Street Profits. What we want is an opportunity for those titles. And Stephanie can just go, well, I can't give you an opportunity because you haven't earned it.
Right.
But what I can give you is an opportunity to earn them. And since Stephanie, this is her going to be a heel, how about next week to prove on your quest for the tag titles, you go up against the men who, yeah. Well, I was going to say either Viking Raiders or AOP.
I would just say, because Viking Raiders are faces, and I would just say.
Well, I would say, no, this is Stephanie making the announcement. Regardless of, she's going to give them a monster team. Now, Stephanie in her heel, she's going to do a monster team to go against Truth and Jose just for the inconvenience. So regardless of face or heel.
I would say AOP is the bigger monsters at this moment because they were so dominant against the tag champs. And that's that they're like, oh. It's like, because I can see it's like, okay, so you guys have a match next week. And they're like, all right, cool. Who we facing? Who we facing? AOP.
And then Truth can do the bug eye stare, just.
No,
and then maybe he can just look.
Here's the best part. Steph would walk away. He would turn to Noe and go to. He would turn to Jose and go, "Man, I don't want to be super collided. We gotta figure this out."
That's why I thought the bug eye stare would work, because we give like a good 3 seconds on his face on the camera, and then he has that freak out. So that's what I want to do. Like, have a backstage segment, and then go to the commentators, like go to the announcers, and they just go. And Jerry can be like his heel self. Well, it looks like Truth's mouth finally got him into some trouble that he can't get out of.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't even say that. I'd be like, well, Truth's gonna die next week. Who else is gonna bring popcorn?
Yeah. And then Big Joe's going to be, well, that being said, though, it has been announced next week on Raw. It will be R-Truth, the team of R-Truth and No Way Jose versus the Authors of Pain. And then we can also maybe tease another match for next week. How about this? Since Andrade has been out, maybe we should close the chapter to his rivalry with Humberto Carrillo.
I thought they did that. They would have done that at Mania. So let's just.
Well, they've also been using Angel Garza. So.
Yeah. So I would just say everything that's. Let's just for happenstance, for the sake of whatever happened, the blow off was at WrestleMania, and that's where it ended, because that's where everything should end. And then next week,
maybe we'll have a number one contender match for the U.S. title.
There you go.
Yeah, triple threat match, and we'll do the triple threat match. It will be,
I would say, fatal 4-way elimination. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, and that could also take up some time too, giving us some competitors. So next week for the fatal 4-way, we'll have Humberto Carrillo, we'll have Ricochet, since let's just say he has not been seen much since.
Let's see who else is here on Raw though. Let's see. Ricochet.
Yeah, let's use Murph. No, Aleister Black, because we need to get Aleister Black. We need to get the ball on Aleister Black rolling.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd say Aleister Black, Ricochet, Murphy, and
maybe one more heel for
EC3. Because here's the way I would like this to set up. We can talk about this off air, but it's like we would set this up. It's like it would be like someone else, like Carl Anderson or whatever, is going to be the fourth guy to kind of represent the UFC or whatever. And then on his way out, it's like we hear Carl Anderson's music, but we don't see him. We see him get tossed through. And so what happens is we see him get tossed through the curtain. So what happens is EC3 bolts out the curtain, just walks way down, and goes, "I'm taking his place in the match." Ref's like, "Okay." They ring the bell for fatal 4-way thing.
Here we go. Yeah, it's WWE. We'll go with that.
Yeah, that works.
All right, backstage segments.
So we can kind of continue that mean streak that EC3 has had for a while.
It works. All right.
Yeah.
Steph.
Just also make sure it's fatal 4-way elimination for next week for the U.S. title. No more contendership. Just in case.
Okay.
This is fun, though.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Okay, against AOP for next week. And then,
Okay, so, but tonight, the next match would be, after all the announcements and everything else goes on, the next announcement would be the
women's tag match.
Yeah, women's tag title match, yeah. So that goes on for a good 15?
Yeah, like say even between 15 and 20 it works, yeah.
Yeah, so let's call it 15. Like 15 and and we'll go that long. Let's see. That would have, who wins that one? I mean, I would like for Bliss and Cross to win it. Kind of get it off the words.
I kind of do, but at the same time, I think we can maybe get some momentum with them in the tournament. That way, or either way, we can utilize actually have them win. That way, a moment of bliss can be utilized on both on programs. Like they're the champions, and then they can interview challengers. Like let's say Team 1 wins, they interview them on Raw and then whoever Team 2 is. But I do like the idea of Bliss and Crosswinning, so we can utilize a moment of bliss on both programs. And then we can build the Kabuki Warriors back up as heels by having them take out like a put together team in one. Right. Or if so, we can always break what?
Yeah, I was about to say, it makes more sense to have Alexa and Nikki win, because if it goes, because we might be dipping into Reigns territory where it's like they lost twice.
Yeah.
But yet they're still getting a shot with the tournament. You know, I mean, it makes sense for the former champs to kind of climb their way back up, but it's still a mishmash.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let's double check the 4-way. For the 4-way elimination we had Ricochet, Murphy, your surprise of EC3,
right?
And Aleister Black, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Wanted to make sure because their names just flew apart. It just flew away from me. I'm like, what the hell?
No, that's fine. Yeah, the fourth one that's going to be the surprise EC3 was actually going to be Carl Anderson, but then he gets tossed to the curtain, so we know Anderson's down.
So let's just say on the promotion it's Anderson.
Right.
But I'll put in parentheses it's really EC3.
Right.
Like even Carl Anderson can maybe do a promo.
It's EC3 and parentheses.
Like Anderson can do a promo and say that AJ may have screwed up for his chance at the US title, but I'm going to prove I'm not going to screw up, and then he gets attacked.
Right. That works.
Okay, now but let's solidify for the women's tag belts.
Right. So again, my thinking is give it to Alexa and Nikki, and again, easy 15-minute match. No, nothing. No dirty tricks from I'll say EC3, Alexa and Nikki.
Well, one thing they haven't used the green mist from Asuka in a while. Maybe she tries to attempt that on Alexa, but Nikki sees coming, pulls her out the way.
No, even better. It's like they have like Kyrie has let's say Nikki tied up in their corner while the ref is distracted with Alexa. So Asuka would try and use the green mist.
Yeah.
What happens is not only does friggin'
wait, I just saw it in my head. Let's say Kyrie has a cross tied up on the ropes, her arms tied up on the ropes, and Kyrie's kind of like just like holding her a little bit, and then Asuka comes, and then Alexa comes in, does that little standing forearm she does, and it makes Kyrie spit the mist in the direction of Kyrie.
Yes.
That was a good turn there.
Or I was going to say, while the ref is still distracted, friggin' Nikki kicks
Asuka
to where she inadvertently spits it on Kairi Sane's face, where she lets go, and then Nikki just takes her out.
All right. It's just because one thing they always highlight with Alexa as one of her prominent moves is that she runs up and does that standing hard forearm to where it's like back.
It's like that, and that's fine too. It's like, what's it called? Nikki can fight out of that corner, get a tag in, like a hot tag on Alexa. She can come in like a house of fire, whatever.
Yeah, house of fire.
Layer out with that forearm that you got. That way we incorporate that and everything else works.
Actually, you know what? It works even better into the finishing now. Yeah, Alexa gets that house of fire, but then let's say because Nikki has been vibing more and more bliss, she does that standing forearm onto Asuka to where Asuka spits in Kyrie's face. Asuka falls down to position. Bliss tags in and does her twisted bliss off the turnbuckle for the pin. 1, 2, 3. That way, Kyrie is all outside with the mist on her face. Bliss is just, Cross is standing there making sure Kyrie doesn't come in, and then comes that 1, 2, 3. They're champs.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we have Bliss and Cross winning.
Yep.
Because as much as I don't mind Asuka and Kairi with the belts, it was clear when Kairi got injured, the tag belts weren't that prominent.
No. But yeah,
This way, with Bliss and Cross as champs, they don't have to defend it a lot, but every now and then, but on the build up, you can still see them as champs. One of them can fight on Raw or SmackDown or NXT. That way, the belts are still prominent. And then maybe they'll get challenged for a match before Backlash by a losing team and still have them come out on top.
That works.
Okay. So we are in the final hour. Well, we're passed into the final hour.
Yeah, I think we're like the final half hour or something.
Yes.
Okay. So once again, I think it's Carly Caruso catches up with Drew McIntyre. She walks up and is like, "Why did you let Samoa Joe accept this match?" He just simply says, "It's like, look, if I want to prove anything to Jinder Mahal, not that I have to, but I want to show like this is why I'm champ, not just to." You right there?
Yeah, my mic muted for a second. Like, what the hell is that?
I don't know. So it's like, no, it's fine. Just it's like just so I can prove not just to Jinder Mahal, but to everyone else who says I shouldn't be champ. This is why I am. I don't back down from challenges. I kick them in the face with a claymore, and I go about my day. I don't see anything different happening, with Samoa Joe. He's a damn good competitor, but he's not the champ. I am, and that's for a reason. And he goes out.
All right.
And so we see the two entrances. We see Samoa Joe come out. But just before the ref rings the bell, we hear Jinder Mahal, we see Jinder Mahal come out and join commentary.
Okay.
So all this other stuff, and their match is going on fairly usual. It's like it's just not bloodbath, but it's a brawl. You got the strength, length and power, but the height and the reach of McIntyre. I'm not good at words.
No, that's okay. I slip every now and then.
Yeah. Versus the precision strikes of Samoa Joe. So you got two different styles, but Samoa Joe's a bit more versatile. He can still be not acrobatic, but he can still do the high impact moves, like he can jump off the top rope.
Yeah, he does like that little jumping senton. Every now and then he does like a cross body, like from a tope suicida. Yeah.
He does stuff like that. So we get a nice. How long is left? Like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean we can do like a little build. I mean, with Jinder coming out, that soaks up a bit of time, and then you get Joe and them coming out. So yeah, this can take up the last half hour.
Okay, so this goes back and forth. A couple commercial breaks in between.
Yeah, maybe Jinder tries to get himself involved at one point.
I was about to save that for the end.
Oh, go ahead then. Yeah.
So towards the end of the match, after like a good 25 minutes have gone by so far, they're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then finally, Samoa Joe shoves Drew McIntyre into the corner, and the ref is backed up into said corner. So the ref is down.
Yeah.
Friggin' Drew McIntyre lays out Samoa Joe with like a clothesline or something while he's down. Jinder leaves the commentary desk and makes his way down to the ramp, because remember the commentary desk is near the ramp.
Yes.
He's all the way down to the ring, and then he starts jumping up, and he gets up to the apron. He starts kind of berating McIntyre. All this other stuff goes on. The ref gets up and basically sees what's going on, and he ejects Jinder Mahal for the match. So he starts walking up. Samoa Joe goes for the quick roll-up. McIntyre kicks out. Glasgow kiss to Joe. Drew walks it back. 3, 2, 1. Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. As soon as he's about ready to get his hand raised, Jinder Mahal comes out of nowhere and just starts to brawl with him, to where it becomes evident that Jinder Mahal has had time to rest, and from his match, he didn't hurt himself much anyway. But Drew McIntyre is not so much exhausted, but he's on the brink of being exhausted. So he's not being able to fend him off. Gets hit with a Colossus, last image of the night is, Mahal with the title over his head going, "This will be mine." Throws it down and walks out.
Gotcha.
I probably threw a lot at you within the past couple of minutes there. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just taking short notes. All right.
So that should do it.
Yeah, that clears up Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, we got like a good blend here. Like our first hour and like a half is a mixture of matches and segments. And then the second hour is mostly sucked up by Stephanie McMahon. Like a good 40 minutes of the second hour, because then you got Stephanie, because after the 1 hour and 20, there's the Shayna and the Iconics match ended. Then the commercial break. Then let's see, hour and 30, we get the ring being set up. The announcers do a quick like back and forth. And then that's when they'll talk about next week we have a 4-way elimination match for the number one contender. And then a commercial break, comes back, all the women are on the outside. Stephanie, yeah.
Yep.
So pretty much here, yeah.
Cool. All right. So SmackDown. What did we do last time for SmackDown?
I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom, so
okay.
You can talk about Huh?
I said no, that's fine. Quick pause for the cause then. That's fine.
All right, I'll be right back.
That's fine. Okay. So let's just bring it down here real quick. How is everyone enjoying this so far? I mean, I'm having a blast just kind of writing this with Ryan at the moment, which is great. Again, but if you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comment section down below. And this will be fun to do. I'm not kidding, because I'm having a blast, because this is a chance to kind of express the wrestling fandom, like what a fan like me would like to see, and me and Ryan, I should say. And we have fun here. That's what we do. Nothing more, nothing less. I keep looking over my phone because that's where I'm watching me, which is funny because in a second it'll be me. Give that a second. And there it is. That's me and me. I'm not going to let folks on anymore. But that's where I keep the comments because I can't really see them here. But if you have anything, please feel free to drop them in the thing, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so this is great. I love trying to continue the Mandy Otis storyline, which is cool. I love the aspect of this. Like I said, it's amazing. And I'm basically talking to Phil Dead Air at the moment, which would be great if I had another host or something. But hopefully we can get some co-hosts in here, some guests to kind of help write for the week. But yeah, if you, again, I can't emphasize this enough. Please give us a like, give us a subscribe, and hopefully we can see you soon on here. It'd be great to get some of our listeners in here, or listeners, watchers, subscribers. Get one of y'all in here so we can go ahead and get this rolling. We usually do this live whenever we can, especially with the situation we got going on here. So yeah, we're doing everything we can. I'm still talking. Ryan, where are you? I'm not good at stalling. This is live. Yeah. So let's go to the comments, and there are none. Okay. Anything else we can talk about wrestling related? Oh, no. It's great. Just great. I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. Let's see what else we got here. I'm trying to find anything that would help. Anything at all. Yeah, I'm just scrolling at this point. There's nothing here to really talk about. Awesome. But yeah, so we're doing the best we can with what we got. We're trying to use the thing here. Oh, I can hear him coming back. Yay. I'll wait for the camera to come back up.
Yep.
There we are. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I'm back.
Awesome. Yeah, so stalling, not one of my strong suits, but I'm trying.
No worries, man. Ugh. I don't have luck in that department either. Okay, so SmackDown. We were going to start with that, right?
Yeah, the recap SmackDown real quick, yeah.
Let me just find. All right. The SmackDown after Mania. Kicks off with John Cena officially retiring after him being decimated by the Fiend. But during his retirement speech, thanking the WWE Universe and his long career, Roman Reigns interrupts.
No, not Roman Reigns. Roman. Oh, right. Never mind. I had this backwards. No, ignore me. Sorry. Go ahead.
No worries, man. Don't worry about it. We're good. Roman Reigns interrupts to pay his respects to Cena. And I think we talked about afterwards, he references their little tad at No Mercy, the whole little I can do this part-time, you full-time thing. He kind of notes down saying that woke him up, but during the whole thing, they're interrupted by Matt Riddle.
Bro.
Yeah. I think were we still on the fence that this was a call-up or just he's still gonna be in NXT?
He's not NXT tag champ, is he?
No, Broserweights. Currently he is NXT tag champ with Pete Dunne, the Broserweights.
Damn.
But anything can change because Takeover happens after WrestleMania. So
I thought it happened before.
No, I've seen on schedules Takeover is gonna happen right at the end of April.
Huh.
Because of this whole situation. Okay. WrestleMania is going to be in the ring. WrestleMania is going to be a two-night event.
So,
how about the call-up then? Just more of he's just there to. I mean, maybe it could be. Maybe he and Pete.
Okay. So this is probably the only time we should do this. Mm-hmm. Let's retcon it towards Velveteen Dream. That comes up.
All right.
No, actually, work a little bit better.
It would. And Dream has had some of his attire at times say, "Call me up, Vince." So
yeah,
it works. All right. So we changed it to where. All right. So,
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
retcon.
Retcon. Yes. This is a retcon. Instead of Matt Riddle. Okay, so Roman does his respects and says, "Because of you, I am the man who I am now, that I can carry this company into the future." And then, ow!
Velveteen Dream. I listened to that whole song. That song is amazing.
Oh, you just listened to it? Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, it's really good.
Great.
Do you know Josiah Williams? He has a YouTube thing called Wrestle and Flow. He does his own remixes of WWE and NXT themes. He actually he got so popular, he actually now works at NXT. He actually is a backstage interviewer for some NXT shows.
Nice. Yeah. That's so nice.
Yeah.
That bastard.
Man, he got himself up there to where I saw a video recording of one of his little performances. He did a Ricochet's theme to where Ricochet shows up on stage.
That's dope.
You should check him out. I mean, just go on YouTube, hit Josiah Williams, and you'll see his wrestling flows, man. He's got a nice flow, and they work with the songs. He even did one for McIntyre, but with McIntyre's old theme.
Okay, so
it's Velveteen Dream coming out with his music, in the purple light, hands up in the air, and then he'll go up and say, "Did someone say future?" I'm glad you said that because the future is now here on SmackDown, and Velveteen Dream, he cuts a promo on Cena and Roman, the promo. I think it was Riddle cuts on Cena, but now it works better with the Dream because Dream can go, "Cena, it's a good thing you retired because this fantasy, this dream that you had throughout your 15-plus year career, it was soon going to be over once Velveteen Dream came in here. Because not only do I make dreams come true, but I also end dreams. And it would have been sooner or later I ended yours." And then Roman interrupts, look, you're good. I've heard some other NXT hotshot come up and do the same spiel as you did. They're going to end careers. They're going to replace other guys. But guess what? After 3 years of NXT call-ups, NXT big shots, I'm still standing here.
He can even list off, like, I survived. I mean, I'm not survived. Did he beat Kevin Owens at the end of the day, or did Kevin Owens beat him?
I'm pretty sure he's beaten Kevin Owens.
Yeah. It's like, I've been through Kevin Owens. I've been through Seth Rollins. I've been through all the NXT guys.
I've been through Samoa Joe.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like, I know what you NXT guys are all about.
And then
but then if you want to get into it, but you don't know what an OVW guy is all about. Kind of bringing his own NXT thing, like his own thing, which would have been cool.
Yeah, nice. So then, that can lead to a scuffle, and it just leads to a standoff.
Yeah, Dream basically lays out, gets in the ring, lays out Cena. Roman's kind of all kinds of pissed. He gets a quick kick, and he's not so much down, but he gets backed up, and they start brawling a bit.
Yeah. Work with that. All right, we'll do that. Yeah, the whole retcon thing, it works. Now, moving forward, our opening match is Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak coming out, still working off that partnership of theirs. They go up against the I don't know what's called when two single competitors are made into a team. No, doesn't WWE have a term for two competitors who are, even though they're not going to be a team, but they're just put together? Oh, the put together team, yeah. The put together team of Heath Slater and Shorty G, which is another another future storyline that we have put into the books of Slater and Shorty G becoming a team. I mean, Gulag and Bryan wins, through let's say Bryan gets submission onto Heath Slater and Heath immediately taps.
Of course.
I think we talked about, like, we were going to do some, like, a following backstage segment later on where he chases down Shorty G, or they get, like, a post-interview to where, like, they're just talking, and then Slater does this whole, look, I got kids, and
yeah.
Them two,
it was like, yeah.
Oh, what were you going to say?
No, it was a pre-match interview, because it's like Slater, you're going up against I forgot the interview. Gulak and Bryan, like Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak. How do you feel going into this match with Shorty G? It's like, well, man, I'm just happy to be on TV, man. I gotta get some more floaties I gotta get some more floaties, some more pool toys, some more chlorine from my above ground pool, man. My family's gonna have two double wides, man. We gotta have like 14 rooms for our kids, man. And he just kind of goes off on this whole thing. And then Shorty G's like, hey, man, happy to work with you. It's like, yeah, man, let's go get this money. He goes, okay, see you there.
Okay, yeah, we can work. I mean, it's just booking. We'll work out the details. All right. After that,
I remember what it was. Like when we brought up the two double whites, it's like, Keith, why don't you just buy a house? It's like,
oh yeah.
And Shorty just goes, okay, and just kind of walks off. Just like, all right, I'll see you out there. Yeah. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, honestly, those. I mean, we were so like booked. We're heavily focused on Truth and Jose that I think Slater. Oh my God! Well, it's not that we didn't have anything for Slater and Shorty G. It's just, no. Trust me, there was more there. It's just like it was just that one. We had so much ideas cooking. Yeah,
and you also said that Slater views Shorty G as like a meal ticket to kind of stay on TV.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but in a positive way, because like you said, he's getting more TV time. While Shorty G, even though he didn't win a lot of matches, he was involved in a lot of wrestling last year, and of course at the top of the year. So it would make sense for Slater to finally get on the bucket.
Right, and then it's like
talk about this whole thing to where. No. Later.
Yeah.
After that, we did a Sasha and Bayley segment. I forget. Did we say Sasha or Bayley's champ?
we said Sasha's champ because it was a triple threat, but now I was wondering if you want to do another retcon because it's a 6-pack elimination challenge they revealed on SmackDown. Yeah, do you want to keep it the triple threat, or do you want to make it like?
No, we'll use the 6-pack challenge. That's even a better excuse for Sasha being champ now.
Yes.
Pin or submit Bayley.
Oh no, even better. Bayley got eliminated early in the match, so it's like Sasha was like, "I had to win it for us. I couldn't let it fall to Naomi. I couldn't let it fall to Naomi to Tamina.
Tamina, and maybe Bayley can pop in and go, yeah, we cannot let that fall to Tamina. Okay.
Yeah, also the stuff, yeah. So it's like they can kind of play off of that way. She's like, yeah, okay, And Sasha again, we did the whole Ember Moon thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Sasha's speaking. They have a little scuffle, but Sasha and Bayley, they squash it, and then guess what? Ember Moon returns, but then Ember Moon, she's doing her little promo to where you had 6-pack challenge against all these. Now the 6-pack challenge involved. Ember can go, you went up against 4. You two went up against 4 women, but now that and she can talk crap and saying like you went up against people you've already faced. You're facing somebody new now, and then they can beat her up. And then a backstage segment.
We said she wouldn't talk.
Yeah.
No worries.
She just walks to the ring. Yeah, she just walks to the ring, has a stare down with Sasha. Bayley attacks her now. Yeah. And it leads to a bit of a back and forth, but they ultimately beat Ember Moon because of the numbers.
Right, numbers game catches up with Ember Moon. Because Sasha went out of the ring and then picked her spot while Bayley was getting her shit kicked in.
That's right. I forget I don't know who the backstage interviewer is for SmackDown, but they get caught up with that person. And then, of course, it's like the whole thing. Like Bayley goes, Sasha, what happened? You just ran out on me. And so Sasha goes, no, look, I had to be smart because if we both had attacked her, Ember would have a better opportunity to take us both out. Having her focus on you or on me will have left her open. And then I believe we talked about where Lacey interrupts and tries to build the whole thing. She starts trying to push Sasha's buttons, but instead she eggs on Bayley for them to have a match later in the night.
Yes.
And then afterwards, guess what we got, guys? The Firefly Funhouse.
Yes.
And with that whole thing, Bray's talking about how it was a pleasure of him to finally give Cena his happy ending, his fantasy. He was
able to send him out on his shield. He went out. He
was able to be whisked away on that balloon to a new, like out of Oz. Try to show Bray's moving like he's becoming a little unhinged, and then teases him and the Undertaker. But at the time, he talks about we went up against a man who was high class, who was legendary. Then it's like I think it's time we started turning our eyes to someone of royalty. Because we did talk about a possible feud against Baron Corbin.
Yeah, it's true too.
But also, Undertaker, that's the big match that we might save for maybe Money in the Bank or SummerSlam.
I would save it for Survivor Series.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's where Taker went in.
He debuted. Yeah, that's he first debuted. Better way for it to end his career. Yeah.
Right.
So Taker, like he can do this whole thing. Well, taking on Cena made me feel kind of sad. Almost made me feel like I was dead inside. But yowie, wowie! I went a little down there for a second.
No, not even that. It's like almost made me feel dead inside. But then you would see like Ramblin' Rabbit. Hey, dude, look what I got! It's like it's a full size Cena, like I was about to say helmet, Cena hat, like an adult size, like Cena, like
Cena. Yes, you can't see that. Yeah,
obviously signed by Cena on like the little like.
You did say that, yeah. He's like, I got this because I'm Cena's #1 fan. And he's like, oh, Rambling Rabbits.
You got to be careful with that hat. Here's what we'll do. We will put it in a very special place because here's the thing. I was thinking about this earlier. We're just reviewing SmackDown at this point. We're pretty much.
Yeah, we're reviewing it. We will add more to this. But yeah, teases an Undertaker match down the line. But at the moment, he's just satisfied from Baron Corbin. Now, let's move into the next segment, which you definitely love, and that is Otis and Mandy. And after what happened on SmackDown, we might need to do another retcon at this point. Or we can just keep tying this in.
let's just tie it into this point because that was just beautiful.
Okay, so everybody, no retcons for our Otis and Mandy segment from our last Writers Ring. Instead, it's going to bleed even more into this. And what happens is Otis comes out, he's apologizing to Mandy, not just for missing the date, but his apparent behavior now, nearly destroying Miz and Morrison, nearly wanting to kill Dolph Ziggler, and then leads into him talking about how Otis had on his phone, Mandy texted him.
Right.
Mandy says, I didn't send you no text. I didn't send one to Dolph, but for some reason, she's like, I didn't send you no text, but for some reason, I have a text message that is sent to Dolph Ziggler. And then, guess what? And it just leads up, like, we didn't have Sonya or Dolph in the ring, right? It was just Mandy and Otis.
We had Sonya in the ring, yeah.
That's right.
We had all four of them in the ring. We had Dolph, Otis, Mandy, and Sonya in the ring.
Okay, I didn't write that down. So
no, that's fine. Because Mandy would have turned to Sonya and go, "What are you doing?" It's like, I have no idea. She kind of plays it off once.
Yeah.
But then after Otis got dismissed, Otis left, she looked at Dolph, and Dolph was like, he basically pulled a Prince of Hans where he's like, "Oh, if only someone cared about you." You know what else? He started like, not bad mouthing, but he's like, "Mandy, you're just eye candy. You're nothing more than a blonde, you're a beautiful blonde bombshell, but it's about all you got." She slaps him.
You're just a figure here.
Right.
You're not meant to have any momentum. You're not meant to do anything worthwhile. You're just here for your looks, and that's it.
Right.
Okay. So we passed that segment. It ends with the whole little teasing dissension between Fire and Desire. Dolph washing his hands of this whole thing. And leads to another backstage segment. Yes, everyone, another segment, but this time it involves the trio of Zayn, Nakamura, and Cesaro. They're high off of their victory at WrestleMania. Still, Sami Zayn is Intercontinental Champ.
You love this, don't you?
Yes. Now that I realized SmackDown now, we may have to retcon this.
All right, yeah.
Now that we realize a certain superstar is not on SmackDown, but on Raw, you're going to have to change.
No, that's the point, though. Because it doesn't matter if you're talking about who are you talking about?
Because we had here originally, yes, Alistair.
Yeah, that's the point. The door doesn't matter what brand. If the door gets a knock on it, he's going there.
All right, then perfect. Then we won't need to retcon this. Now,
that's what I said.
All right. So Sami Zayn, they're all being very confident. They start having like a back and forth talk with each other. And it ends with them being like, our victory was simple. It was like knocking on wood.
No, the setup was like friggin' it's like, see, I told you guys, as long as you guys are following me, nothing can go wrong. This is obviously Sami Zayn. Cesaro just jokingly goes, knock on wood, right? Yeah. So he literally knocks on wood, which is the door that's right next to him. Yeah. Door opens.
They walk down the hall. And then guess what? But then while they're walking away, they hear a creak from the door. Aleister Black steps out, and then we have a stare down between. And Aleister is like, all this leads to where Aleister is staring them down. Sami tries to joke about, like, oh wait, none of us were knocking on your door. But then it least leads to where Aleister goes, well, guess what? I'm gonna walk down to the ring. Any one of you can join me. And then Nakamura follows suit to where Aleister versus Nakamura. Aleister wins, but Sami and Cesaro does a post-match assault on Aleister Black, with the three of them standing tall at the end of that after the post-match. Then
we should also make the comment that Triple H was on commentary, and so Sami Zayn ran him down. He said that Nakamura was not going to be in this match, but then ended up being in the match anyway. So we should just like make sure that little note's in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Leading to something else.
Put this down.
Just making sure.
Okay. But afterward, that match was over. We have a commercial break, and guess what we got? Bayley versus Lacey Evans. And Sasha Banks, the women's champ, is on commentary. A good back and forth between them. Lacey tries to do a women's right. Bayley teases a Bayley to Bayley, but instead does a knee to the gut, to where she uses her little faceplant finisher. Because that's been her new heel finisher move. She hasn't used her Bailey to Bailey since she turned heel.
That makes sense. Bailey to Bailey. Okay.
All right. And afterwards, we have ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, teased for next week, which is what's happening, a moment of bliss featuring Fire and Desire. So, from our recap, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's going to be involved of our booking for week 2 of SmackDown after WrestleMania. But afterwards, King Corbin comes out, pretty much doing his little heel shtick. I am your king. I may have came short of WrestleMania, but guess what? I'm going to give a peasant an opportunity to face the king, and the person who answers that call is Curtis Axel. But during the match, Corbin was going to set up for for his end of days, but guess what? He hears a little strum in the back, like,
yeah.
Guys comes out, does his little thing to where he's taunting Corbin, and Corbin's distracted. Axel gets a roll up on him for the win.
Yes.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, we lead to our final segment of the night, which is Roman Reigns officially coming to Roman Reigns comes out and says, look, I came out earlier to say goodbye to John Cena for his career. But now I'm here to talk about my win against Goldberg. And I told everybody I was walking in and coming out as champ, to which he starts cutting a promo on the now retconned Velveteen Dream.
Right. That was the thing, because Roman was doing the entire night. So it was what's it called? Again, it was before it was just, instead of it being I forgot the guy's name already.
Velveteen?
No, not Velveteen. Matt Riddle. He sounds like, I want to celebrate the career that John Cena had here. The guy who showed me the right way when I was doing, when I was not doing what I was supposed not doing what I was supposed to do. When I was kind of veering off the track, he set me straight on everything else. Yeah. It's like, and then the audacity of Matt, it was originally, again, the audacity of Matt Riddle, challenges him this week for a fight or whatever.
Yes.
Like, on your flip-flops last, that whole thing. This time,
Velveteen, yeah.
This time it'll be like basically the same thing instead of, so Dream, if you want to step up, I will make short work of your purple rainmaker. Or something to that effect. It's not a good enough line. I wasn't.
No worries. Yeah. No. What Dream always likes to do in his little promos is he always ends it by saying "Dream over."
Oh, I'll turn your dream into a nightmare.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, because Dream always likes to end his promos that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but so with Roman Reigns closing out the show, and then maybe
I was just saying last week.
Yeah, that was last week, ladies and gentlemen, of week 1. Sorry for the long pause. It's because since Travis and I are fancy booking these shows, we can't help but realize that with SmackDown and Raw still going, there's going to be elements involved that's going to change some of the major books that we had. So that's why we had the retcon of Matt Riddle.
Right. Okay.
And also the retcon of that slight little change with Sasha Banks, because it's a 6-pack challenge. She's still involved. But now moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to book week 2 of SmackDown after WrestleMania. And here's what we have so far. We do have teased the moment of bliss with now with the new women's tag team champions, Bliss and Cross, with Fire and Desire. We are also going to have the first match of the women's tag team tournament. Those are at least the 2 things that we do have now set up for our booking. Let's get started.
Right. Hang on.
Yeah, if you're trying to look for women for the SmackDown, there's really not a lot. But there's some things we can make work with.
Oh, I got this already. Okay, we're good.
All right.
Okay. So, first things first, to kind of set this up for later in the night, there is an announcement that basically the first segment is going to recap in short bits Stephanie McMahon's address to the WWE women's locker rooms, and kind of expanding on that. And following that, the first announcement will be Fire and Desire against Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke in the first match of the tournament.
All right.
So that works. So it'll be like an 8. No, not 18. Damn. A short tournament. But yeah, they'll be in there.
Well, that's why we thought we'd bring in some NXT girls.
Right. I was going to try and make this cross brand, which would make it a bit easy, make it a bit better. But for right now, we'll just keep it SmackDown.
No, we can bring up some women from NXT involved in there.
Yeah.
Is that after the tournament's taken care of, we'll focus on the championship being defended on all brands?
Okay.
So right now, for this month leading to Backlash, for these couple of weeks leading to Backlash, it will mainly be Raw and SmackDown. Huh?
You keep saying Backlash. Money in the Bank.
No. What's happened after WrestleMania? I mean,
yeah, we just looked at it. It's Money in the Bank.
Oh. That's right. Okay. Sorry. May 10th. Sorry.
I mean, I like Backlash. I really do. But
maybe Backlash can be the June pay-per-view. I don't know. But no, we won't worry about that. Okay, Money in the Bank. So with Money in the Bank, we still have like the Money in the Bank ladder matches, but we'll worry about that later.
Okay, so like that's what I was saying. It's like, so instead of it, like I was talking about earlier, like off air, why don't we have it towards like the semifinals will be on Money in the Bank, and then the finals will be on the women's Evolution pay-per-view. So it's like you have something to build to, and you give time for the women. Right.
Okay.
I've really build that, because this would be the only time we would have, well, only time other than the tournament. Yeah. We would have, if it's an NXT team or in SmackDown or Raw or SmackDown team, they would be feuding on every show, one way or another.
Yeah, and this way we still give some of the women wrestlers their time in the sun.
Right. So
let's just recap of it. The opening segment is pretty much the announcers just stating it's going to be.
Yeah. The first thing.
Okay.
After this, let's see here.
Let's see. Should we put Moment of Bliss like in between the first and second hour?
I was about to say it should kick off the second hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we would end it with Fire and Desire, and then whatever the main event match would be.
Okay. Yeah, that should be the main event. Yeah.
Fire and Desire should be the main event? Okay.
Yeah, Fire and Desire versus Lacey and Dana Brooke.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that'll be the main event then. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, so yeah. Main event will be Fire. So with Michael Cole and Corey on there, Corey will definitely gush over this.
Yep.
Fire and Desire versus Lacey and Dana.
Yep.
Round in the women's tournament, in the tag tournament.
Okay. I'm just waiting to catch up. Let's see.
You can go ahead, man. I'm still writing it down.
But I'm also thinking what the next segment would be, or what the next match would be. Okay, so first match would be. Let's check out the men's roster.
I mean, there's definitely some people here that are not being used a lot.
Oh yeah.
How about, since the tag team will be the main event, let's have a tag team to open the show.
So what are you thinking? I'm thinking Heavy Machinery versus.
No, I was actually thinking this to be a fast pace opener for a tag match. So it was going to be Lucha House Party versus.
Why don't we have Lucha House Party versus Shorty G and Slater? And save the Usos for like later in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Because that way we can have, the Usos after the match, and then kind of have a one-on-one match with another team.
Okay.
So we can kind of do that real quick.
All right. Lucha House Party versus
Slater G.
Opening match. Slater G. Okay, I like that. Even Slater can we say this on microphone, like after the match? So look, you can be like, look, I know it's been a little rough with Slater G right now, but I think we can be. Wait, Slater G? Yeah, the combination of our names, Slater and G. Kind of like how in his past he had like Slater Gator and then his three-man band shit.
Slater and Rhino. G, we can make it work. We can make it work.
And then you can even tell, like, and then like, oh wait, how's the match gonna end though? Who wins?
Okay.
Maybe we should have Lucha House Party win and Slater. No, because then we already. I mean, we can still have our future team be booked to lose. It's all about trying to get their chemistry going.
I would say against Lucha House Party, they start to find the rhythm, so they start to get it to work. So they're on the verge of a win, but Keith gets overzealous, and so he tags himself in when say Lince Dorado pushes Shorty G towards his corner, like into his corner. He tags himself. He tries to go for a suplex, and basically pulls off Lince and just starts brawling in the middle of the ring. Tries to go for a suplex, again gets sat on, and then as Shorty G's coming in to break it up, I think it would be like Kalisto or someone just kind of runs in.
Lince Dorado, Grand Metalik, and Kalisto is the Lucha House Party.
Okay. So then Kalisto would run in and stop Shorty G in his tracks. So then Lucha House Party gets the 3 count. So, but like I said, the teamwork is starting to mesh. They're starting to work a bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah, beyond that, that's all I can think of, honestly.
Okay. And then we can talk about that. We can talk about the backstage interview later. Like, Slater chases him down and he just says, "Hey, G, look, I'm very sorry about what happened. I got overzealous there, but I'm just excited because this is the second time I'm on SmackDown. I got TV time. I'm not just thrown on like main event or anything like that. I mean, you understand that, right?" And he's trying to appeal to Shorty G, and Shorty just goes, "Look, man, we're gonna make this work. We have to be on the same page, okay? We can't just keep running in there with our pants down as if we're invincible." And he goes, "Huh? How did you know about my days in college? You went to college?"
I mean, yeah, it was community, but I still went to college.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was too funny. I
No, it's perfect. Yeah, no, it's perfect. I'm just I'm noting it down, like after match, like post match in segment between the two.
Sometimes I don't know where these things come from, but they're perfect.
Yeah. At the same time, it can work naturally because I know Gable, he does have natural charisma.
Right.
And so just giving him someone like Slater to bounce off of, I mean, honestly, it was good. It's a good pairing that we thought of. It would work perfectly. I mean, and it's definitely different from with Jose and Truth, because Truth, he's the manic guy. Jose feels like he's going to be the straight man. But in this situation, Shorty G is sort of a little weird because of his name and his attitude and the way he's dressing.
Right. So the way I think about it is, you hit it on the head with the No Way Truth. They're like Jose is being the straight man, and Truth is just being the joke, the or whatever. But for Slater G though, Shorty G is trying to make him in a way better.
Yeah,
so he doesn't have to rely on the tag team. But Slater is just kind of like rock star mentality, like, "No, man, we're good. We can keep this up. We're good, man."
Like even Slater can say, "Look, I was the first SmackDown Tag Team Champion. I know what I'm doing." And then Slater can go, "Yeah, I was SmackDown Team Champion too, but I was also a Tag Team Champion in NXT and in Raw." And he goes, and he just goes, "When did that happen?" He just goes, "Look, man, it doesn't matter. It's just that we both," and instead of him trying to talk down to Slater, he just goes, "Look, we're both tag team experts, right? So it means we both know as a tag team, we need to be on the same page in order to win the belts, because who do we have booked for champions right now?" We'll later.
Miz and Morrison.
Okay, but other than that, the segment is done. So that takes care of our opening match and our segment. which takes up like a good 15 minutes. Because let's say like a 10-minute tag team match, and then maybe a quick commercial break, and then these guys into a segment, which bleeds into our next match. Let's see.
I would say this would be a one-on-one match.
The same thing as well.
Hang on, I gotta reopen my roster now because I accidentally closed it. Hang on.
All right, I got the roster. Jeff Hardy did return to SmackDown.
That is true. So we can have Jeff Hardy versus. Oh, sad day. I got to take off Luke Harper on the SmackDown roster now.
Oh, well, yeah. Even on my Raw roster, I'm on the WWE website, and they still have Matt Hardy down on here, which they're gonna take him off soon.
Yeah. Let's see. So why don't we have? Jeff Hardy versus John Morrison.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we can have Michael and Corey talk about their past history with each other. Their war for the Intercontinental title.
Oh yeah.
They had a rivalry in the past, so this could be a good way for Jeff Hardy to come back and John Morrison off of his championship win to keep momentum going. Of course, the Miz will be with him accompanied in the ring. Let's see.
Oh, who would I love to see? Hold on, be in Jeff's corner then. Hang on, let me see.
Well, he can just be himself right now. Oh,
I know, but it's like, say someone tries to mess with him, I'd like to see somebody come out and try and like back him up. Maybe not this time, but maybe next time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so far, there are two people on the roster who I've not seen being used, and that's Mustafa Ali and Apollo Crews.
Mustafa Ali is doing the whole glitch thing. I was gonna say Apollo Crews would come out like halfway through. Like if Miz is like messing with him, I would just say like through the crowd, friggin' Apollo Crews just comes out of nowhere and just superplex the shit out of friggin'
I was gonna use Apollo Crews for another one-on-one match later in the night.
That's fine.
But maybe we can't do that.
Even better. The Miz and Morrison start, not Miz and Morrison interfere, but it's like Miz interferes in the match with Morrison. So it's like intentionally tripping him up or whatever. So John Morrison gets disqualified. So Miz jumps in. They start beating the tar out of Jeff Hardy. Crews comes down, makes a save, and then just for shits and giggles, Teddy Long's music plays, and then we have a tag match. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to picture it though.
Minus the Teddy Long music, of course, but that's just kind of the idea.
Okay, yeah, it can start as a one-on-one and then turn into a tag match. Okay, I can definitely work with that. Yeah,
I'd like to see because Apollo Crews doesn't get the credit he deserves because that dude is big, yet he can go. I don't see a lot of big dudes like the size he is doing shooting star presses.
No, they always try to. Of course, Vince takes one look at him and he completely sees a muscle man. But every agility that Apollo Crews is able to do, either he's able to jump over the rope over the top rope suicide dives, or is able to do standing moonsault presses. That man has agility.
Yes.
So I think him and Jeff Hardy could work together.
Yeah, him and Jeff could work really well because Jeff has speed and a bit and agility. Apollo has strength and agility, so they're both very agile, which could be really fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, so with the tag match, who would you have win? Miz Morrison or Hardy and Crews?
By shenanigans, Miz and Morrison. But that's only to show that they know that friggin' Apollo Crews and Jeff Hardy are a threat because they're starting to best them easily. And so I would say Morrison would run down, pull Jeff off the apron.
Yeah. Or maybe Jeff go for a swanton bomb. They pull him off there to where he kind of, he hits the corner and then, sort of flips down. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Oh, no.
What's up?
Hardy tries to fend him off. Morrison grabs his leg that's still standing on the apron, pulls it out from under him, and he lands back first, and now he's out because that's the hardest part of the ring.
Yeah, or kind of like normally they pull their legs out and then their face hits the apron.
Well, that could work too, but it's like the way I'm thinking is like he would just go like just give that leg momentum to where he falls that much harder. I don't know how that would work physically, but
Okay, no, I understand the logic. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because if you bounce your head off, you can still kind of regain yourself and just kind of walk up. But if you take a hit to the back, you're not getting up for a while. That's kind of the thing. Especially in that corner.
All right, so far, Miz and Morrison win via shenanigans.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I forgot how to spell shenanigans. Yeah.
Shen, SHENNIGANAS, something like that.
Oh, that's okay. I got it. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now with that being taken care of, let's say we are slowly getting to the end of the first hour.
Yay!
So now with the announcers, Corey can be all excited to. It's like still we have like Cole can get later on this evening. We still have our main event of Fire and Desire versus Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke in the first round of the women's tag team tournament. And then Cole can interrupting this goes, but hold on, before we have that, we have God's greatest gift joining with the goddess in a moment of bliss tonight. And then commercial break.
Commercial break that would end the first hour. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes. So then at the top of the second hour, you would have Alexa Bliss and her
Bliss and Cross, because they're practically co-hosts now. It's no longer just Alexa.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with her face turn, they had to sell her friendship with Nikki Cross. So having Nikki Cross be a part of a moment of bliss had to sell it with the fans.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay, so Golden Graves talk about main event, commercial break.
I'm trying to think what else. Did we have another match after the women's tag? No, the women's tag match is the main event.
Yeah, it is. So we just need to build up the second hour of some matches. Maybe we should get a squash match in there, then an athletic match.
I was going to say it's like we would have the moment of bliss after when we come back from commercial, obviously, and then after we'll talk about that after because I got an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Moment of bliss. Okay. So what we got for moment of bliss? Nikki and Alexa, they introduced Fire and Desire. So we did tease the idea of Nikki, and we did say Alexa and Nikki would be sitting across from each other, not together.
Right. Because they're both taking opposite sides on this. I mean, they're still friends, but they're taking the different viewpoints.
Yeah, they're just being friendly. Yeah.
Because Alexa is on the side of Otis, so she's on the opposite side of Mandy.
Yeah, she's like on the stage right side, and then Nikki's sitting on stage left.
Right. So it's going to be Sonya next. Actually, here's the way it's seating. It's Sonya, Alexa, Mandy, and then Nikki. So that way there's one in between Sonya and Mandy, just in case things get heated, which they will.
So you said Sonya and Alexa?
Sonya, Alexa,
on
one side of the ring. And then on the other side of the ring, it's
Nikki and Mandy.
Yeah. So both Nikki Cross and Alexa are still in the middle of like this line.
Yes.
But they're easily favoring the other sides.
That's right.
Favoring they have their favorite side. Not their favorite side, but they're
Nope, I understand what you mean. Exactly.
They have the point that they're sticking to. So I could see one point.
So whenever Sonya and Mandy have their back and forth, you can always have Alexa or Nikki interject and go like, "Yes, I agree with you."
Right.
Should not like Nikki could be saying to Mandy, "I agree with you. Otis should not have stood you up, even if he was running late. A gentleman should still show up for a date." And then she can agree with Mandy, and then Sonya goes, "But yeah, he did not show up. Period." Meaning, but then Sonya can just say, Otis is just too good for you, Mandy. Otis may have helped you out, huh?
Good. You said Otis is too good for her. I was like, no, she's too good for Otis.
But Sonya could be saying that.
No, that's what I mean. Because you literally just said that Sonya would say Otis is too good for her.
Oh, maybe Otis is not good enough for her.
There you
go. Thank you.
You understand what you said.
Yeah. Sonya can go, look, Otis is not good enough for you, Mandy. He may have helped you during the Royal Rumble, but still, we did not win it. Sure, you got that good moment in the sun, but what did Otis do for you afterwards? I've always had your back. And then Alexa can just go, I may not agree with your position on Otis, but I do agree. But I do believe Otis is too good for Mandy, as Mandy pretty much has been using Otis.
Oh, shit.
So we still have Alexa still be on Sonya's side, but with a different opinion to where Sonya's just, what did you just say? Like Alexa wording it differently to where Sonya are we on the same side? And then Mandy just goes, what the fuck did you just say?
No, it's like it's like, and then Mandy can have a crosstalk with Alexa going, I understand Otis is a great guy, but he didn't show. And she literally goes, he showed you the message. She goes, yeah, that wasn't on my phone. And then she would immediately look at Sonya, wonder why that would be. Kind of stirring the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
But
like
then
you can just go like, if someone deletes a message from my phone, that's like an absolute breach of trust, as if they're hiding something from me. So Sonya can maybe someone's just trying to look out for you, for your best interest, instead of you just trying to, I don't know, give the first guy you see a chance. Instead, it should be with someone who is deserved of you. Can almost go back to where they tried to do the whole romantic angle with Sonya and Mandy.
Right, yeah.
Just like a little nugget of that.
Right.
And then maybe Alexa can just go, yeah, and Dolph Ziggler is deserving of somebody. Just don't know if it's Mandy. Don't even more shade to her.
Oh boy. But yeah, what's it called? But then I would have Nikki just interjecting. It's like, okay, well, you two have a match tonight. Do you think you can coexist? Then it's just Mandy goes, no, I can't trust you. No.
Really?
And then Sonya would be like, listen, I was looking out for you. This was in your best interest. Then what? Mandy would just reply, why didn't you tell me about it? Why didn't you talk to me about this? It's like, I shouldn't have to. And then Mandy just gets up and walks off. Mm-hmm. And then chase after him and be like, so Alexa and Nikki would just look at their awkward and be like, well,
this has been your moment.
It's like, well, this is a first. Nikki would be like, you're right. These usually end in a fight, don't they? I think that counts, but not the fight you're talking about.
Yeah. That's like a good. That's a very good segment for the second hour.
Yeah, that's a good 15-minute time eater.
I don't know. It feels like 10 minutes for me because I don't know. Look, it's not like I don't trust the segment, but we've seen in the past that other than
the segment going on too long, it'll just kill the show.
Well, it's not just Vince, but it's only Alexa can be able to hold that much time.
Right.
I know Nikki, unfortunately, with her Scottish accent, she can hold it. The problem is that she's gonna have to talk she's gonna have to talk at a slower pace.
Right.
And then, of course, Mandy and Sonya have botched lines before. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't want to discredit any of the wrestlers because let's be honest, when it comes to them, they work with what they're given.
Right.
And I do believe we can give them a good 15-minute segment, but if we want to get to the real juicy stuff, we would have to trim some time out.
Right. You got to trim the fat to get to preserve the. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because honestly, trust me, in my fantasy booking, I'd have Becky do endless of fucking stone cold speeches or rock speeches. But even I know with Becky's accent, she at the same time is going to slur some words when she's never doing her fire promo. So I have to have 1 foot in reality.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, so that does that. And the commentators can just be like, Wow. What
Yeah.
does they're like
Or
emphasizing?
it could just be like it's imaginable. The God's greatest gift is downing her best friend. This is not how it's supposed to happen. Like Corey can be the unbelievable heel because
Right, Michael Cole just looking like, and how was that gonna go down, Corey?
like I don't know how it's supposed to go down, but I do know it was supposed to end with Mandy forgiving Sonya and accepting Sonya's apology or accepting Sonya and letting her know that Otis really was trash. That Otis was not good for her.
Yeah.
And then they'll talk about, well, later on, they're going to have to get their issues in order if they want to advance in the tag tournament. But then while they're talking, we'll have music play for another match. How about?
Oh, yeah. So the next match I was thinking of would have been, oh, fuck, I forgot where I was going to, what was I saying now? Shit.
Don't worry, take your time, man.
Oh, right. It was going to be Roman Reigns. It wasn't a match. It was going to be another segment. Roman Reigns calling out Velveteen Dream.
Really? Okay.
Because Velveteen would come out.
I'll go with it. Let's go. Yeah.
Because Velveteen would come out and be like, listen, I understand you want to face the Dream and turn my dream into a nightmare. Ooh. But listen, the Dream don't play that way. Dream goes and does what Dream does. You can face someone else tonight. It's not going to be the Dream. Who would come out? Not Corbin. I can tell you that right now. I would say, let's see. Big Show's not doing anything. I don't even know if Big Show's still around anymore. I don't want him to be.
Going back and forth. Well, we have Sheamus.
Oh yeah, we do have Sheamus. Let's have Sheamus versus Roman Reigns tonight.
Yeah, because I want to save Sami, Cesaro, and Nakamura for another night.
That makes sense.
Because let's say Sammy's. Because here's my idea for week 3. Since we're getting closer to Money in the Bank, Sami can do a promo talking about how both Nakamura and Cesaro will get into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Because I figured we should at least have maybe 1 or 2 qualifying matches for Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah. Because, no one should just be like, oh, I'm in the Money in the Bank ladder match. No, you should qualify for that shit.
Yeah, we can do that. We can have some fun with that. Some wrestlers will be announced, others will have to qualify to where it leads to some really good promos.
I would love to see, like, on, I guess it would be like on Monday Night Raw or on who was won it before on SmackDown?
Let me think. Hold on. Since the brand splits, Corbin won it because he was on SmackDown. I know Braun Strowman won it, and then Brock Lesnar won it.
Oh yeah, Lesnar.
So since the brand split, it's been those 3.
Is Braun on SmackDown? Oh yeah,
yes,
he is. Yeah.
Hold on. So Braun and Corbin both being Money in the Bank winners are on SmackDown. That could lead to some interesting stuff. On Braun, let's say Braun is already announced for it, but Corbin has to qualify. It can lead to some.
I would say that someone would go try and just announce themselves in it, and then all you would hear is Braun. Like, yeah, I don't think so. If you want to enter the Money in the Bank ladder match, you're gonna have to get these hands or something like that. I don't know.
No worries.
Yeah, that's a little bit down the road. We got to focus back up here.
Roman calls out Dream.
Dream basically turns around saying, "Not tonight. You will face Dream when Dream says you're ready."
And Dream can do it on a backstage or so, or he can do it like somewhere positioned in the audience too. Yeah. Because what Dream likes to do, he likes to taunt his opponents from far away. Face or he does that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like Roman would be in the ring, and Dream would be on the stage, like the entrance, not even the entrance ramp, just the stage area.
Yeah.
And be like, listen, you're going to have to wait because I don't think you're ready to face, the base of the Dream or however he does it, basically the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I did find someone you can, go up against tonight. And it's someone. Oh no, he's face though. Damn.
Ooh.
I was gonna say it's like, and it's someone who's not finished with you.
Yeah, he is a face. That's why I thought Sheamus, because Roman and Sheamus have a past.
Yeah.
And Sheamus is a heel.
Let's see, who else can we have though? Damn.
If you want to use Cesaro or Nakamura, that's fine. Let's be honest. We've not heard what's happening with the revival.
Right. So why don't we have Robert Roode? Face him. Yeah, there you go. So Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler would come down. So it's like Robert Roode because they're a tag team. So it's like Robert Roode accompanied by Ziggler would be in the match.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, Ziggler's on commentary, but like halfway through the match, Heavy Machinery's music plays, but it's just Otis.
Ooh. Oh, that's good.
And here's the best part. Ziggler's expecting him to come down the rampway. First words out of his mouth is, "I gotta go." He goes to turn around, and in the timekeeper's area is Otis, who pops out and just levels him with a clothesline.
Oh shit!
And then, due to the pure confusement of Robert Roode on Robert Roode's face, he goes, "What are you doing? You're not even involved in this match. What are you doing?" "In my damn business." He turns around right into a Superman punch, which turns into a spear. 1, 2, 3, done. So that's a good one. And that match will go a good 10 minutes before that happens.
All right. Just taking.
It will be like Otis's music. Heavy Machinery's music comes in. Otis comes out of nowhere, just obliterates Ziggler. Because the way I'm thinking about it is this.
Yeah.
Ziggler sees the music. He goes, "I gotta go," and he tries to go around the ring. Like he goes up ringside, up to the ring apron area, and he's waiting to see where Otis is coming from, like to see which way he's gonna go around, so he can go around the other side of the ring and bolt out.
Yeah.
But what he doesn't know is that Otis came up from the timekeeper's area. He gets a tap on the shoulder from like over here.
Like Otis a little slow pop up from behind him and then tap him.
Well, not even a slow pop up. He just kind of spins him around, picks him up, throws him around. And as Ziggler's trying to run, he goes around the. Okay, so Ziggler's going up one side of the ring. Otis is going up the other side. They meet by the ramp, and as soon as they meet they see that Dolph is trying to run up the ramp, run to and up the ramp.
Yeah.
At that point, Otis intercepts him with a meaty clothesline and just lays him out.
Okay, I can picture that. God. I can picture that. That's gonna hurt.
He's like getting stopped in your tracks by a freight train. Good Lord. Okay. And that's basically how that would work. And then again, Roode is so distracted, he gets turned around into a Superman. He turns around into a Superman punch as he's getting a spear. 1, 2, 3, done.
All right.
Which can give Dream the excuse of not fighting him the next week, because the only reason he won is because Roode got distracted with his tag team partner. It's like it's Velveteen away out there.
Okay. Ziggler hightails. Okay. Into Otis.
That was a long-winded explanation, but I liked it.
Hey man, you see me literally, my mouth goes dry when I talk about women's segments or future tag teams. So I'm in the same boat, bro.
Yeah, it's fine. I like Otis a lot because that was like my favorite thing,
Honestly, Otis is definitely very refreshing. Let's just hope, as Matt Hardy has said in past interviews, or even any wrestler like Brody Lee or so, Vince doesn't grow tired of it.
Okay, so that concludes what?
That concludes that match. So then now you said this was going to be like, what, 10 minutes? So
yeah, the match itself would be 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, so then we can book something else before the women's match. It can start as a backstage segment.
Huh? I would say a squash match at this point.
I was thinking the same thing too. It could start off as a backstage segment that leads into a squash match, that leads into a post-match assault.
What about? Let's see. I want Braun to have a squash match.
Yeah.
But not against local talent though.
No, that's just going backwards with Braun.
Wait, did Curtis Axel already have a match? I forget.
Wait, we didn't have Daniel Bryan or Drew Gulak have a match? Maybe we can have those two come out to have a backstage segment. They get into it with somebody and leads into a tag match or a one-on-one match.
I would say if we're going Gulak and Daniel Bryan, I would say what's it called? Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, and have them put on a.
No. How about this? We get a segment with the New Day, and the New Day comes out. And it's not going to be anything major. This is just to fill in time. New Day comes out, and it's Kofi and Big E because right now Xavier's status is still on.
Yeah.
So let's say it's Kofi and Big E. They come out. They talk. They start talking about the New Day's journey so far. How Kofi went from last year being World Heavyweight Champion to a squash match with Brock Lesnar, and how if it wasn't for Big E and Xavier, he would have been down on himself again. He would have walked away. And so he's thanking Big E for that, to where he believes that right now at this moment, until they know what's happening with Xavier, the New Day is going to take a break, teasing Big E and Kofi to try to qualify for Money in the Bank. So then one of them could become Mr. Money in the Bank with an opportunity for a championship. So where Big E's like going back and it's like this, and he's just like, don't let this fool everyone. The New Day is not breaking up. You've all seen us day after day shaking our hips, having a good time. But it wasn't until the disrespect that was done to Kofi we realized that we were not being taken seriously. So how about this? And so it's like they are going to qualify for Money in the Bank. And no matter who wins, either if it's myself or Kofi or maybe somebody else of the New Day, teasing that maybe Xavier might return before the pay-per-view. Right. It doesn't matter, because as long as the New Day has the titles, we are always, through thick and thin, are going to be world heavyweight. Either be world, and they'll do it like, we'll either be your WWE World Tag Team Champions. Or, no, you know what? No, I can't do it. I got to do this for everyone live. Only way this is going to work.
Oh, great.
Biggie says we can either be. Hold on. I need some light on. So perfect.
This is great.
You can either be, so Biggie can tease off and say we can be the World WWE World Tag Team Champions, or your WWE World Universal Tag. Damn, that's right. It's the Universal title. I'm so used to the Tag Team Champion, or your WWE Universal Champion. And then, they can just do that to the fanfare, to where they can say, no matter what, Money in the Bank, the New Day is walking out with that briefcase, and we are going to cash that in. And it doesn't matter if you're Miz and Morrison, if you're Heavy Machinery, if you're Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Daniel Bryan, Drew Gulak, Shinsuke Nakamura. The New Day is going to walk out with gold, and we're going to end 2020 with all the belts. This is New Day declaring that this time they're going to make management pay attention to them. They're going to make everyone in the back know that they're not just some jokes that they keep displaying themselves as. Kofi could either become a Kofi or Big E can become a singles champ, or New Day can become tag champs. But as they said, New Day is going for all the belts. They're going to do what the Undisputed Era did in NXT. They're going for all the gold. That's my pitch for the next segment after the Roman's match.
That works.
All right. I had a lot of stuff only because I was trying to remember what belts are on what show.
That's fine. Let's see. So that would eat up how much time? About 5 or so?
Yeah, and then we can do a squash match.
Okay. So
that way the segment is a good breather. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I would love to have a squash match, like I was trying to say earlier, between Braun Strowman and Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. That would be the squash match I'm thinking of. Because it would be one of those he can easily, like just run through one of them, like the shoulder thing in the ring, whatever. Blast the other one, throw them both in the ring, double power slam, 1, 2, 3, no problem. Because that's the squat. Because I want it to be actual, like, people. Not like not saying actual people. I mean like
enhancement
talent. Yeah, not enhancement talent, but I want it to be like roster people on the roster. So, but then the 24.
I forgot all about that bill. Honestly, I did.
Yeah. So it's like, but as Braun is leaving, the 24/7 champion just kind of like, whoop, 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 you're good. We're good. Strowman looks at his belt, looks at the 24/7 title. He's just like, nah. He just keeps on walking. Then, as who Riddick Moss or whatever the guy's name is runs through the ring, he trips on Curtis Axel. Bo Dallas tries to get up. He's not slips, and he collapses, and he falls flat on Riddick Moss. A referee counts 1, 2, 3, and Bo Dallas is the new 24/7 champion.
All right.
And then, basically, just as the bell is ringing, Bo realizes what's going on. He's like, "Oh, sweet!" He sees Riddick Moss in front of him. Oh crap! And he bails. So give Bo Dallas something to do for now.
That definitely works.
Because Riddick Moss was, we can storyline it towards like Riddick Moss was about to have a 24/7 championship match, but he tripped and got accidentally pinned by Bo Dallas, and now Bo Dallas is 24/7 champ, and now all the jobbers are running out after him. Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Okay. Geez.
Yeah.
All right, and that should be good because then they'll suck up commercial breaks, and then we'll get to our main event.
Right. Our main event is now Fire and Desire versus Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke.
And probably in between that time, we can have a backstage interview between Lacey and Dana. And the interviewer's name is Sarah. So Sarah can do a backstage talk with Lacey and Dana. And this could be maybe like after the New Day segment, to where we just saw on A Moment of Bliss that Mandy and Sonya are having some issues going into your team match. Now, how are you two going to be like? How's your chemistry? How are you two going in for this team match? And then they can do some speech, or they can talk about how we may have come short to getting the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Championship, but Dana and I are on the same page because we know that getting the women's tag team titles means that it's not just a victory for either of us or for SmackDown. And then they can do this whole thing, but it's going to be a victory for every woman in this division, because winning those belts means we can not only be on SmackDown, we can be on Raw, we can be on NXT, being the true role models that our former SmackDown Women's Champion thought she was.
Yeah.
Pretty much taking shots at Bayley.
Yeah, easily. That's good.
All right, and then so then after that segment, commercial break, and then we're back on SmackDown. Strowman comes out, B Team squash match, the 24/7 Madness, and then commercial break, and we're back. It's the women's tag team division. It's the round one of the tournament.
Okay, so the first match, what would happen is Mandy starts this match off. No, Sonya starts this match off against Dana Brooke, and they start, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
The story of this match, excuse me,
no problem,
is Sonya is trying to prove to Mandy that she's, doing what's best for her, so she's going to try and win the match by herself. But still,
like every time she tries to reach in for a tag, Sonya refuses.
Right.
Until Mandy like blind tag or something or drag her over to get tagged. Yeah.
Right. And then it's like, while like Sonya would be recovering on the outside, Mandy's fighting whoever, or she's in the match now for about 5 minutes or so. And then Sonya would regain consciousness. As soon as she gets thrown into the corner, blind tag. Sonya interjects herself back into the match, and then Mandy just turns around and goes, then they're basically having an argument in the corner. And then Dana, so it'd be Lacey Evans preparing a woman's right.
Yes.
Sonya with the woman's right. And then Mandy would just stand there and just be like, not dumbfounded, but just stand there, like just not defiant, not the word, but it's like basically giving a look of like, this is on you. I'm not even going to break this up. This is on you. And she let Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke get the pinfall.
Okay. Huh.
Because she would just stand there, and then it's like as soon as the ref started counting one, she wouldn't even just stand there. She would just walk out the ring and let Sonya get pinned.
Maybe we can have like after the ribbon's wiped, there's going to be this stare down between Lacey and Mandy, as if she's waiting for Mandy to make a move, and then Mandy could be walking away.
No, it's like
her and Dana, Mandy and Dana.
No, it's like as soon as the ref starts counting, she leaves. She like ducks under the bottom and just walks away. The last shot would be Mandy looking down at Sonya from the ramp or whatever.
Yeah, the stage.
This is your fault. This is on you. And Sonya's just looking like, what? Why? It's like, this is on you. You did this. And then cut to black. Fade to black.
All right.
That works. I like that.
I do like that. Yeah, I do like how that ends with a good drama moment segment, and then it can be coming back to where Sonya's just like pleading, like, what? Come on, we could have won. And then Mandy can just stand there with her hips, just with a disappointed look. Yeah, that's a good way to end it.
Yeah, it's like the last thing. It's like you could see Sonya mouth. It's like, we're a team. So Mandy would just be like, yeah, we were. And then walks off, like just completely leaves her like in the ring by herself.
All right, yeah, that's good. That's a good way to start off the new season. Now, that's a good way to continue.
Yay!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have both Raw and SmackDown booked. I wondered how does everybody feel about that? Yeah, week 2 leading into Money in the Bank. How does everybody feel about that? I know if some of them are going to ask, "What about Money in the Bank now?" Well, that's what next week's going to do. We're going to try to start booking some qualification matches for the men's and women's Money in the Bank.
Right. Oh, man, this is going to be great because I would like to see it to where it's like some former winners get a pass, but other former winners are not necessarily gatekeepers, but they want to make sure that the people who are entering the Money in the Bank ladder match have not only earned it, but they're not worthy, but they're they'll have a good shot at it.
Yeah, like it looks like they have a shot at getting that briefcase.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
already
probably
know.
before we do this again, we should come up with. I mean, should we do it like 8 competitors or 6 competitors for the briefcase?
I would have to look over the rosters and kind of go from there. But optimistically, 8. But we may have to settle for 6.
Yeah, I mean, the briefcase can be done on both shows, so
yeah,
so we can do it like, yeah, it can be 4 women from SmackDown, 4 from Raw, or maybe we can try. I mean, if we can't come up with at least a full list of 8 competitors during our booking, then we can change it to 6.
Yeah, by the way, no, not 4 and 4. It would be 8 and 8 because separate brands. Unless you want to have one briefcase that can.
Well, that was like 4 and 4. Yeah, because I was thinking of the briefcase for 4 from Raw, 4 from SmackDown. That's why. But yeah, 8.
I mean, I guess that could work.
That's how they were doing it. I mean, we can do 6 just so we can limit the competitors and limit the number of spots involved.
All right. My question is this: for Money in the Bank, did you want to do a NXT Money in the Bank?
I don't know.
Oh no! Don't make it 8. I would make it 6. 2 from SmackDown, 2 from Raw, and 2 from NXT.
Okay, I definitely agree. That way, when we do book qualification matches, we can definitely take advantage of some of the women from Raw and SmackDown. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would work a bit better and have it flow a lot better.
Yeah. And we can definitely balance that out with the tag tournament.
Yeah.
Because if I'm looking logistically at what we did, since WrestleMania is going to be on the first weekend of April 4th, April 5th. So then let's see. Going from that, we just did the first week, second week, and then Money in the Bank is on May 10th. That is the second weekend. So, yeah, we can be able to book this within 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah. It's like I would have damn.
Yeah, no, trust me. I think we can book this. I know WWE, they always love to rush booking. They always like rush book their matches anyway. But I know we can do it better.
I would say, and we could talk about this later, but for the next week's SmackDown and next week's Raw, 2 Fatal 4-Ways.
Mm-hmm.
Not 2 Fatal 4-Ways. I'm trying to think of how I can do this.
We'll talk about this afterwards. Let's just close this out.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's going to do it for this edition of the Writers' Ring. I, as always, am Travis. I was going to say Orion, but that's my Jack of all trivia thing. It's sad that I do that more than my own channel. That's ingrained in my head now. But yeah. Of course, you can find me across all social medias right here at the Orion Cross Project. Also, like I said, on Twitter, like I have it here on Twitter, on
Facebook,
on YouTube. It's where you found this video right here. And then you can find me across all social medias at the Orion Cross Project or at the Orion C on Twitter. And Ryan, where can people find you?
Everyone can find me on Facebook. My name, Ryan Payne. Hit me up on Messenger if you like what we're doing, or hell, you just kind of want to maybe join us in a writer's ring. I mean, it's mainly up to Travis there, but we can always talk a little bit about fantasy booking. And you guys can follow me on Instagram at Ry again. Yeah, one word, Ry again. And be on the lookout. My Arrow retrospective podcast, I have the nuts and bolts laid down, and I still have my Netflix account. So Arrow, I need to double check to make sure Arrow is on Netflix. That way, every retrospect can still be as fresh as possible instead of just being as if, oh, I'm just some guy looking back from memory. Nope. But yeah, the Arrow retrospective podcast is coming soon. I'm gonna at least have this up and ready probably by the start of April or at the end of the month. So I will definitely post out a link of it once I have the first episode nailed down.
All right. Well, from both of us here, I have, like I said, I've already done my intro stuff. I've done my outro stuff. You've done yours. We will see you guys next time when the bell needs to be rung. Peace.